What's up, everybody? Welcome to a very special episode of tonight's podcast. As I, WyrdTv, will be your host. In the one corner, we have Blackie Chan himself, Randall Verde.
What's up? Oh, on time.
Carrying the weight of the world, Mr. Universe, Anthony, also known as ADLR.
Sup?
And special guest, John Yana.
Hi.
Ooh.
And in the other corner, last but not least, my boy Blue, Brian De La Rosa.
Oh.
Speaking of Blue, Bryant, why don't you go ahead and start us off with some Granblu Fantasy Versus. Tell us how it was.
No intro, nothing. We just moving on.
Fuck this ADLR guy, dude. I don't even know where to start. You did that too well.
Well, he told you where to start.
Yeah, alright, so boom, right? Friday, Steam version of Granblu came out.
Okay.
Came out a month earlier in Japan, and then for PS4, it was the 6th of March. So I've been waiting for the game. I was like, they didn't announce the PC release because I'm never getting it. The week before, boom's coming to PC. So I'm litty. I said, frame one, I'm buying the game, right? The game's only 5 gigs, so off rip, I'm lit because that means less waiting time, right? I load the game up, go into training mode for 3 minutes, and then people are like, yo, let's play. So I start doing matches with only knowing how to block and how to attack. And the game's actually pretty fun. It's really simplified, the mechanics, so you're not gonna walk into like a Guilty Gear where there's 17 different mechanics with long-ass names. It's a blend of a lot of games. So it's an anime, it looks aesthetically anime, but it plays like Street Fighter in terms of the pacing. It has smash mechanics in the terms of you can spot dodge and then forward dash dodging. There's a block button, but you choose to use it or not. You can hold back to block or use the block button.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. You can do traditional motions like fireball, quarter circle forward, and a button comes out, or like Smash, there's a button that has skill shortcuts where you press the button in a direction and you get a specific move to come out. So it's like you want to know how much you want to get babied when you're playing the game.
So full baby. Do they have square and triangle like Dragon Ball, or?
They have auto combos, but it's only for most characters. There's proximity normals like old Street Fighter games, so you'll get if you press light, you'll get a different move depending on how close you are to the enemy. If you're in palm distance, you'll get a certain move. If you're not, you'll get a longer range one. For most characters, if you're in palm distance and you get that normal, you get auto combo.
Okay.
With any button. So like if you get close to medium, just press medium again, you get that certain auto combo. I'm trying to think of anything else that matters. No air dashing, so it's not like Guilty Gear, with the exception of I think one character. Your moves, so it's like Dragon Ball in the sense that it's light, medium, and heavy. And you know, if you do a heavy version of like Fireball, it's the EX one.
Yeah.
In this game, EXs don't take a meter, and that's because they have a system where it's like Rising Thunder. You remember Anthony, how there was cooldowns per ability?
Yeah, because it was done with one.
Works.
It was done with one button before, so that would make sense.
Yeah, so each skill has a cooldown. If you do the actual input, the cooldown's shorter than if you use the babying button. It's a little longer.
Oh, that's nice. So it actually gives you incentive to actually learn how to do the move rather than just go.
Yeah, basically. So since the EXs don't take meter, they just have an extended cooldown. So if you're like, let me cash in this DP for more damage to EX, you get the damage, but the cooldown's longer. So now you basically don't have an essential tool for your character. So you have to wait for that to come back before you can use it. That's most of the game. I enjoyed it, how simple it is, because it's not like Street Fighter where it incentivizes just pressing everything and an offense wins either. It gives everybody a way to go past projectiles because it has spot dodging and things like that from Smash Bros. So it's not too one-sided for a lot of the characters. And it's very footsie based. So because the game's overly simplified, you have to learn how to actually play. You need to learn spacing. You have to practice your reads, optimizing everything. So it came out Friday. I already have 20-something hours in it.
Who's your favorite character?
To play as?
Okay, wait. Is it the girl that always smiles at you?
Yeah, oh, that shit pisses me off, dude. Yeah. I started with one. There's 3 characters that, when they were announcing the characters, I main these frame 1, right? I started with this big ass character who's like, it's like Abigail size from Street Fighter, but he has a scythe. And his whole gimmick is basically, I get to power up and I have armor. And my point is to bully you with armor. If I don't have it, I don't have a DP. I have nothing scary about me. I don't know how to play him, or if he doesn't fit me, so that was letdown number 1, right? There's a character named Fairy, who's like some girl is apparently dead, and she uses animal spirits to attack you in a large ass whip. So in my head, zoner, right? Turns out she just has long normals, and she does set play mix up 50-50 bullshit. That's like a flowcharty. Not my kind of character. The third one, it's someone who identifies as a girl named Ladiva, and it's a big ass bearded long haired grappler. Basically like Geef and Alex combined. Too many people I knew were playing him, so I felt like my hipster came out, and I don't want to play that character. So then I was like, well, what fits me? Because the zoner character that I wanted to play, not really a zoner. The one grappler, everybody's playing him, so I don't want to play him. One of the key characters, it isn't Grand because he's brain dead and he just hits you with Tims. It's a girl named Catalina who has a big ass rapier, and she uses the power. The girl that we're doing a story mode with.
Oh yeah.
She throws ice out. She has DP, whatever. It's like Fundamental City. It's kind of like Ryu, but if Ryu wasn't boring. And so far it's been fitting.
He's not boring. He can parry.
Well, if you don't like
boring.
playing Ryu, you just play Ken.
Yeah, but Ken is for people with bad internet. They just like to wake up DP. So yeah, that was my experience with just learning the game. There's an RPG mode that Anthony and I tried. I ended up beating it, by the way, Anthony.
That sitting, like after I got off.
Maybe I
logged out.
I let it marinate for like an hour or 2, I
Phrasing.
think, and I was like, you know what? I need new weapon skins. So yeah, the story, I don't know what it is. I saw the first cutscene, I was like, I don't give a shit about it. It's just some anime bullshit. So I skipped through that. It becomes a beat 'em up gacha game, and that's what the story is. Where you do things, you fight things, you get money, you get to draw weapons that have RPG stats, you upgrade them, you put them on, you do it over again. It gets really old, but there's loot tied to it, so I had to do it. You get
Like cosmetic loot?
Yeah, like there's only 2 forms of cosmetic loot. There is just your character's skin color, like palette swaps, and then your weapon. They give you different weapons that you can use. There's no stats to it, but it just looks prettier or uglier depending on what you pick.
So clearly you have to collect it.
I had to. They swear I main everyone but the character I main, so I have like 2 things for her, but you know, it's whatever. You beat the story mode after just doing the same thing over and over again, basically for like 6 chapters, and then you fight this three-staged boss that I died the first time to that boss because everything else is easy.
They're all the Japanese developers, man.
Yeah,
Just
got me
multiple stages
triggered.
for bosses.
It got me triggered, so I was like, you know what? I put one of the characters that's really annoying to play against as my partner, my AI partner. Gave him all the damage stuff, and then I just healed him. Beat it. Apparently one of the DLC characters, the guy that looks like Dio if he had a Mike Tyson tattoo on his face,
Okay.
you unlock him through beating story mode, so you don't have to actually buy him.
Oh, that's pretty
Oh,
neat.
that's
He's paid,
nice.
Yeah, he's paid DLC, like the blue-haired Goku and Vegeta. How if you beat the story, you get, or if you do certain things, you get them, but if not, you could buy them and get them immediately.
I would much
Gotcha.
rather have that in a game, you know, where you actually like you have to work to get the characters. Like you have to do stuff to unlock them. Not, oh, just give me $30 and you can have all of them, you know.
Yeah.
That depends on the challenges, because there's some challenges in Smash Bros. Where I'm like, I don't want to put myself through this.
Or the fact that, you know, it takes 4,000 hours or 2,000 hours to unlock everything like in Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah, like I'm good. Thanks.
Story mode's forgettable, but there's loot, so I did it. Gameplay, it's simple, but it lets you focus on parts that actually matter instead of gimmicks. The the characters play different enough so that you could find your own character. What I don't like is they announced 2 season passes before the game came out.
2 season passes?
Yeah. It's I think 5 characters, 6 characters in the first one, and then they revealed them. I think 3 come out in April, but I'm not buying season passes anymore because I don't want another Goku. I learned from that. I'm not waiting 3 years for Sagat, so I'm just gonna buy the characters that interest me alone.
I think Anthony had a question for you.
No, someone in the mixer didn't know who was in control of the account, so he told me to raise my left hand.
Gotcha.
Because there's so many people on screen. They're like, I don't know who. Because I'm responding on Mixer like as they type. So
Yeah.
like, who's doing it? And it's just me going really quickly, typing.
Gotcha. The netcode I was mostly playing with friends of mine that are like this side of the United States, so it wasn't too bad. I played against people in ranked. I did ranked. I don't remember it being laggy at any point. At least not to the point where I wanted to change my religion or anything like that.
So you double pink already? Is that what we're talking about?
They don't have threat levels. Like, they don't have the box colored, but their ranking works by lettering. So it's like, I don't know what the lowest is, but the lowest I've seen so far is C. And then it goes from C5 to C1. You have to win like 3 or 5 matches. You have to win 3 out of the... They give you 5 match periods. You have to win 3 out of those 5 so that you can graduate to the next tier.
Okay.
So you go from 5 to 1, doing that thing. Once you get to 1 and you win set amount of matches, you go to B5 and things like that.
And I'm assuming S class is the top.
The highest I've seen is a double S.
Nice.
I don't know if there's anything higher than that. But yeah, no pink. I can't be pink. I just have to get my letter up.
All right. So overall rating, would you suggest it for newcomers or only for people who are experienced with fighters?
Both. I think if people are looking to get into fighting games, and they're like, oh, Guilty Gear 2 Intimidating, Tekken, what? You can move in the Z ground or whatever. I think this is a very good starting game.
In the Z ground.
Because it's simple. Is that Z, right?
Is the axis, Brian? Not Z ground.
Yeah,
well,
but you move Z axis on the ground.
Yeah,
So-
okay. Hey, what were you saying, Doug?
I'm just optimizing my sentence.
My bad. Time.
So yeah, it's simple and it has mechanics from a bunch of different fighting games combined. So I think it's like a gateway game, and then you can decide what you like about it and then move on from there. If you want something stupid advanced, you probably won't like the game, but I still recommend giving it a try. It's $60, so if you know someone that has it, parsec it or go to their place and play it first, because that's quite a big amount of money on top of them already announcing 2 season passes that I think are $20 or $30 each.
Fucking DLC, man.
And the roster's really small. There's 11 characters.
For a fighting game, it's pretty small.
Yeah.
Especially when Smash Brothers set the bar.
Right.
Yeah, but
Speaking of fighting games, though, did you want to talk about Hades at all? Feel free to say no. I just remembered that you had done it. I didn't know if you wanted to talk about working the body. Since we're on that topic.
I could sum it up.
New update
Hades
out?
update came out. Yeah, new update out as of last week, Tuesday, I think. They added a new weapon. It's gauntlets, so you have to work the body. It's basically, I saw them frame 1. I need to get these. Turns out you don't get access to them immediately. You have to like do a run, and then it shows up, and then you have to have like 8 keys found, so you can unlock it. I didn't know this. I didn't have it the first run because when I started my stream, I was in the middle of a run. Just like, I just need to get through this bullshit, and boom, I have the weapons. You can trade, there's a seller that you can trade resources for another thing, so I traded it for these drinks that help you build support with the NPCs.
Okay.
To buy this, it cost like 8 keys. I think the exact amount I needed to get the weapon, but I didn't know you needed keys. So I'm like, yeah, whatever, I'll get things from this character. I walk into the area, I see fists, I see a lock on them. I'm like, oh, do I just have to talk to it? No, you need 8 keys for this. So for a 3-hour stream, I didn't get to use the actual weapon I started the game up for like the last 30 minutes. But that being said, it was exhilarating. It's essentially what it is. You have gloves on, you're gonna walk up and you're gonna fucking work the body.
How does it compare to work in some of the other weapons, like distance wise? Because I know like you get like a spear and then some sort of throwing weapon.
Distance wise, I mean it's kind of caca, but it hits very quickly. So if you were to build it like a crit build, it's good for that.
A what build?
Crit.
Yeah. Oh, crit. I thought you said crib, and I was like, I had a lot of questions.
I thought you
Yes,
said
sir.
I thought you said crip, like the gang. I'm like, what does
so
that mean?
If you want to affiliate yourself with a gang, that's probably your best weapon.
Got it.
It's not my favorite, but I also didn't play with it that much. But it's fun.
All right. Is that a DLC? Is that DLC or is that just like an update that they came out with? That
Free update. The game's still in early access.
oh, Hades is still in early. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So, anybody have any other questions, comments, concerns, beauty tips?
Well,
Beauty
Randall?
tips?
Beauty tips.
Have you seen me? There's nothing beautiful about me.
You are Mr. Universe. I mean, there's obviously something beautiful about you.
Just the effort, the effort put in. That's what makes me
Exactly.
universally great,
Well, with all the effort you put in, why don't you
Here
give us a
we go.
little backstory on Ori and the Will of the Wisps?
Oh, shit. So I've been waiting for this game for 5 years now, since the first one came out in 2015, Ori and the Blind Forest. Sequel to that is now this, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which takes place, I think, a couple days, maybe months after the first one. You cleanse the forest of all evil or whatever, but there's still areas where it's dark and gruesome and what have you. But you have a little baby brother named Ku. He's a little owl. You're teaching how to fly. What was I gonna say?
The baby bird.
The baby bird. Yeah. So you teach him how to. You give him the feather you used to glide in the first game. You attach it to him so he can fly because his right wing is filled with like nothing. Like it has he's like a hurt owl. So you guys guide him to fly, and you're on him, the spirit, which is Ori. And then you venture off into a place where it's real dark and lightning's happening, and you guys get separated. And now you have to go find Ku.
Fuck.
Because he fell down. He don't have the wing anymore. He can't fly. He's on his lonesome. It's dark out. There's this big old creature trying to kill people. And that's why I'm going to leave it there, because I'm not going to spoil the story. Mechanically, Metroidvania, just like the first one. It's more platforming tricks, which is always welcomed. Welcome? Anyway. The environment
it reminded me a lot of Hollow Knight.
Yeah, it's a Metroidvania just like Hollow Knight. It's just not as... Yeah. Here's one of those games where the first thing it asked me was, what difficulty do you want to play it on? You messed up, because I'm picking easy. So I picked easy, obviously, so I can go around just slaughtering everything that moves. And that's exactly what I'm doing. The platforming is still very fun, especially every time if you get a new upgrade, like some sort of dash or some attack move where you can slow down time. And I forgot what it's called. It's not dash is the horizontal one, but there's one that I think it's like you slow down time near an enemy and you can propel yourself off of it. It's like a grapple, I think. The art is just as fantastic as the first one, if not better now. Music, I think they stepped it up a notch. It's more orchestral now, like very cinematic type of sound instead of the first. Maybe the first one was like that, but this one it really stands out.
Do you know who the studio is?
I should know this, but I'm being a douche.
Moon Studios? Is that them?
I gotta go check because I can't do them the disservice. Oh Lord. As much as I like both of the games, I don't remember. Yeah, Moon Studios.
All right. Did they create anything else that
besides Ori?
Yeah.
Not that I know.
Or has this just been their kind of like, this is their platform, their game?
I think this is it. Ori and the Blind Forest was their first one, and then they made this, and that's it.
Were you playing on the Game Pass?
Yes.
do you need to beat the first one to understand what's going on, or is this because I think you said it
takes
starts
place
like a couple
afterwards, but it's contained story, so it's not like, oh, you don't know who these people are. It's kind of like the main focus is you got to get to Ku, which is the little baby owl.
Right.
And everything in this game is adorable.
Would you recommend playing the first one before you play this?
More Metroidvania in your life? Absolutely, dude. Go on a binge. Buy both of them. Finish Blind Forest, and you're gonna be like, man, that itch is gonna be there still because that's how great it is. And then you load up Will of the Wisps right afterwards for even better visual. The art, the background looks fantastic. The motion, it feels so fucking good. It just feels great to play. This is a mechanically great Metroidvania, and that's
good.
That's all I can say. If you like Metroidvania, you're not gonna go wrong with this. Platforming, they have it.
Do they still do the platform races when you finish a boss?
I've come across one of those, which is like the escape run, and I've done one of those. They actually added stealth sequences in this because there's a big baddie that you're trying to stay away from because you're obviously not strong enough to destroy him yet. So every time you come across him, you have to hide behind. Like it's 2D, but it uses stand in front of Batman Arkham Asylum when you're in a Scarecrow and you have to stand in front of something so he doesn't see you.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, but with 2D art. That looks great. Did I tell you it looks great?
Yeah, but at the end of Fear, it's Oblivion.
And also the sound. I already mentioned the sound. Fantastic, dude.
Yeah, but how does the game look?
The game looks fantastic, dude. 1080p, 60, beautiful, vibrant colors. Oh my lord, the animation's great. All made in Unity. I don't know why I'm throwing that out there, but I see it every time the game's loading on the lower left.
People make amazing shit in Unity.
And it's free. So, hey, all you developers out there, play Ori and be like, man, this is fantastic. And then know that you can make it too.
All right.
And that's it, man. Just go play Ori. First one and the second one.
Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Yes, sir. Out now on Steam, Xbox Game Pass, PC, Xbox Game Pass, on bootleg stores everywhere. Download it.
What's the price?
Oh, if you go on the bootleg store sites, it's free. And then if you get it on Steam, it's $30. $30?
Is it?
He doesn't even know. That's the thing about him. And he said he liked the game.
Now we gotta fact check him.
That's what I'm doing.
Cut his whole review because I'm tired of him already.
Oh no! Give me a sec.
It's $30.
Ooh, like your boy doesn't know.
You acted like you didn't.
And you said it's also on the Microsoft Game Pass.
Game Pass, yeah, because it's a first-party game, so they automatically
you can get it for like $5 or something, right?
I think they're still doing the $1 for the month thing. If you haven't already subscribed.
$5.
Oh, it's $5? Okay.
I think the first month was $1.
All right. Well, since it was $4 less, why don't you give us a little shout out about JoJo Part 4?
Oh, snap. My favorite part so far. So I finally got through JoJo Part 4. A lot more vibrant in terms of like the city. It looks like it's grounded. There's they started doing world building within the I don't know how to pronounce it. Morio city. That's the name of their city. I don't know. But anyway, they did a lot of world building there, so you'll have places you'll see and be like, oh, I remember that, and things like that. There's an enemy that gets cemented to the ground in one of the episodes, so you see that often. Javi said the second one you said? I don't know what that means.
He's saying the way you said the town name.
Oh, okay. Morio? Don't matter. A huge cast of stand users, which was my complaint in the previous part, in part 3, where they would introduce more people and then just kill off others, so you always stuck with just 3 or 4 people. Now there's like a whole ensemble of cool characters, and they all have their own personalities and awesome stands. I wish it was more of a murder mystery, Brian, because you told me it was like a whodunit, but when I saw this, it was not a whodunit. It was
for the characters,
I guess. But I'm talking about when you say a whodunit, that means the audience doesn't know.
No, you're assuming.
But literally, the second it happened, they cut to the guy, and I'm like, so that's him.
And I didn't tell you to assume, man.
And then once the plot, the plot twist where he gets away, it's like, okay, now I guess it's the guess who, because you don't know what he looks like anymore.
Yeah.
Next scene. Oh, so here he is. I'm like, okay, then what's the point of this?
You keep assuming, Anthony.
I guess. But even his little arc about him trying to fit in with the fake family stuff was pretty dope to watch, because I thought he was gonna have like an arc of he's not going to want to be a murderer anymore. But that didn't happen. Go for it, Brian.
My favorite character was your favorite character until I met the kid.
Until you met the kid? The invisible baby?
No, the one for the second arc.
Oh, the kid did well. Yeah, he pulled it together. At first, I'm like, why is this kid wasting airtime right now? And then that kid was smart. Those 2 episodes, the Groundhog Day type of episode, I'm like, this is dope. I'm like, y'all didn't tell me it was gonna be time travel. I love it. And then it wrapped up pretty nicely. I mean, we did have some losses on the way, but hopefully my favorite character did not die. So fuck y'all. And then
I was actually just getting ready to ask. This might be spoiler territory. But did your favorite character actually die?
No, there was an episode where they were toying with my emotions and I got really tight. But then after that, they fixed it. So I'm like, okay, good.
Episode where like, how did Brian's favorite character from part 3 die? All right, now who's Brian's current favorite character? Let's make him look at it again.
Yeah, and I'm like, no way. It was one of those like, yo, he's dead. There's no like they made it seem. You know how they draw dead characters in anime with the eyes gloss over. I don't know if you guys. It's like the whole pupil goes one color instead of showing the iris and stuff. Whatever that style is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you look at me like, oh, he dead, and they showed
it. It looks like their eyes rolled into the back of their head.
Yeah, and it showed him like that, and I'm like, fuck, because the only way you can heal him is if they were still alive, because they made a point saying if they die, I can't bring him back. So he looked like he was dead, and I'm like, fuck. And then apparently he wasn't dead, so I was kind of on my part just assuming, but. It was dope. It was fun. This part was definitely more enjoyable than the Egypt one.
Who do you like more as a big baddie? This part or Dio?
This one, because this guy's more methodical. Obviously, he likes to plan ahead, so it's more tactics. So I was curious to see how the people are going to get out of the hit, like them outsmarting each other.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, because Dio is very like, I'm here, I'm going to kill you. He's very aggressive.
I would think you would like him for that.
But that's because that's me. Dio is me. But I get to appreciate someone else going in tactically, you know?
So which of their stands do you like more? The World or...
Oh, no, bro, that reminded me of Demo Man. Killer Queen was like Demo Man.
I fucking love Killer Queen.
Killer Queen was dope. Oh, and the subtitle it says Deadly Queen. So at first I'm like,
yeah,
you can hear him go Killer Queen, and I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's for not being sued. The subtitles are knockoff names.
Gotcha. That explains a lot.
Janyana, did you watch any of this?
No, I watched the first episode. And
wasn't your cup of tea?
Well,
no, dog died, so I turned it off.
It literally starts with a dog being burned alive.
Yeah.
So
I was like,
oh man,
that wasn't the first episode.
It should have been.
I think so. Yeah.
He just gets kicked.
No, he gets put in the
furnace
brick thing. Yeah, the trash.
I'm pretty sure it's the first episode.
When is the episode when they're playing football?
I didn't see that, so I only saw the first episode.
Is that the second episode?
It might be, because that's when Randall's like, yo, y'all were playing football together.
That's all the first episode. Yeah,
yes.
Okay, then a
Happy
lot of fucking things happen.
Yeah, a lot of that's why the show hooked me, because the first episode, like 7 things happen. I'm like, this is it.
Killed the dog, he kissed his girl, like I was like, the over.
Yeah, Dio was asking to get his ass, and then then he assaulted her. Like, when I saw that, I'm like, yo, I want to watch this so Dio gets his. I want him to get his ass beat.
That's a good way of like establishing a certain feeling to a character. When frame 1 of interacting with the protagonist, and you're like, I don't want to see him prosper.
Yeah, he's the antagonist, right? Not the protagonist.
No, he interacted with.
The protagonist. Got it.
Yeah, fucking thought. Like, if you kick my dog, I'm already frame 1 going for a headbutt.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Nobody wins with a headbutt, Brian.
I really do got to get that. What's it called? Set up for the bottom right to just show off what we're talking about.
Do it, pussy.
Janyana, did you play Ori and the Will of the Wisps at all?
No, that's another thing.
I
started playing the first one and then I cried immediately, so I didn't finish.
The first one has a sad start.
Yeah,
to get it rolling, just so you can, so the character has some sort of motivation, and it's a costly start.
I don't want to feel any emotions. So as soon as anything makes me feel anything, I just stop.
That's what. Yes, you're going the wrong direction. Let it embrace yourself in it. You know.
So that's why you had to put the controller down when I screamed bloody murder while you were playing Resident Evil.
Yeah, I felt too much.
We still need a full series of her lit while playing Arkham. She didn't get to finish.
Yeah.
Randall,
You
look like
should
you're
stream
holding
it.
back laughter of some sort.
Yeah, we'll see. I think I was.
We have her think 6 on the we'll see list for her. She doesn't.
No, because I have to finish. What is that game called?
Until Dawn.
Dawn and Resident Evil 2.
Well, we finished Resident Evil 2. You just have
but
to do
I
the
didn't
B
finish
side.
it by myself.
Oh, okay, that's true.
Bunch of stuff.
You have a limited time. Resident Evil 3 is coming up.
Oh, true.
Next month.
It's next month.
I can't do it.
I'll be right here.
I get too nervous.
Then I'll
You want me
play
to
and
be
you
a
watch,
coach?
like we did with 7.
I mean, yeah, if you're not gonna scare me, then yeah, sure.
I'm not the one that does that.
That's that douchebag Kelsey.
Yeah, man, fuck
That
that
is
guy,
true.
dude.
What game? It was Resident Evil 4 that I was playing, right? Where the thing.
No,
kept-
Raccoon
the
City.
thing-
No, it was
No, the thing kept going. No. When the thing kept going over Leon's head, and I was like ducking in real life.
Oh,
I think it was 4.
I think so because it was Leon.
all right.
So yeah,
Anything else
JoJo
about-
Part 4, awesome. Fucking watch
Is
it.
there-
I'm excited to watch Part 5, but not after or before I watch No Game No Life. I remember
Exactly.
Kelsey. I get the shit done. That's all I do.
You gotta, you gotta watch it. Gives
By
you a
next
whole
week-
bunch of backstory on how they get to this point.
Well, that's next week. Or Brian, you gonna host next week?
no.
Oh, okay. Well, then next
Randall's
week I'm gonna
next
be.
week.
I still don't know what the fuck I would do. If anything, I would just get rid of the whole fucking script and just start talking.
You're free to do that. I
Yeah,
just give you
mean,
like
if
a
that's what you
2
wanna
and
do, man.
2 to 2.5 hour cap because I know Kelsey's gonna aim for 7. So
Jesus.
No, we got 13,000 hours to catch up on.
not doing that.
What
Definitely not.
was I gonna say?
I don't know. You're you. We're us. We
Well,
don't
he
know what
said
you're doing.
He brought the guest hosting up, and then I was like, "Whoa, you're."
I mean, I just recommended Part 4, and I'm gonna watch No
oh.
Game No Life for next week's episode so I can review it.
Is that a movie?
Do you know
or-
how?
There's a movie
know
and the
part-
show. I watched the show already. I need to go watch the movie.
Just a warning for Part 5. You know how Part 3 with Jotaro, when he's gonna win when he goes yada yada.
Uh huh.
No one, I don't remember anyone saying anything, but you'll hear piano start playing. Now, when you hear this
Piano?
piano start playing, that
Okay.
means whoever's the opposition no longer is the opposition.
Oh shit! I'm hyped now. But it's not gonna hit the same way Roundabout hits at the end of the episode, right?
No,
Because when that gets hooked up, bling, bling, I'm like, oh, it's ending, but I'm
See,
lit.
because Roundabout's like, yo, what the fuck's gonna happen? When you hear this specific theme, it's a glory song. Like, just how is he gonna body them?
Oh, cool. That's cool.
And you're gonna get real thrown off by the outro song.
Yeah. Because it's does it not have anything to do with the?
Absolutely.
It's always been like an actual song, like Roundabout for parts 1 and 2, Egyptian for part 3, and I forgot the name of this one for part 4. I think it went through 2 of them.
You know what? I think I agree with Javi. Part 5 is a better part 3.
Because part 3 I really didn't like, near the end I didn't like, so hopefully it's...
I really liked part 3. But part 5... Okay. I'm going to warn you about piano, and I'm going to warn you about really nobody is safe.
Oh, okay. So
That's all I'm
there's
gonna
gonna be
say.
some tears. Got it.
You want to spoil anything else?
That
for him?
judgment on camera now. Somebody clip that. Thanks.
Okay.
How many parts are there?
Anime-wise, just 5 that I know of. I think manga-wise, I think there's like 8. I don't know.
All right. Randall,
Oh, shit.
are you ready to throw down some laughs with Nikki Glazer's banging?
Oh shoot. And please aim for your microphone because it's onto your left hand side.
Need you to lean forward and
It's on my
speak
left-hand
clearly
side?
into the mic.
Right hand side. Sorry, I was looking at the preview.
What you say, Kelsey?
All right. So tell us about Nikki Glazer. I'm assuming it's a comedy.
Yes.
Reading the description on it.
Or he's
us
watching
how,
pornography by porn star Nikki
mean-
Glazer.
Yeah, it sounds like a porn.
you know,
How does that sound like a porn?
Because
What's the name of her
Nikki
special?
Glazer sounds like a porn star name.
Nikki Glazer, Randall. Glazing, it could be like, oh, excuse me for any young listeners out there, but that's like coming.
Is it?
Yeah, it's coming on them.
Yeah, when you glaze someone's face, that's
Oh,
you're
yeah.
coming on their face.
Wow.
Okay.
not to mention the name of the special is Bangin'.
Banging.
Yeah.
So there's 3 words here, Randall, in that entire title. 66% of the words on there is very seductive.
Someone's name. I could understand the title maybe, but I don't know about. Okay. All right.
Someone's name. I mean, there's a comedian whose last name is Cummings, Whitney Cummings. So someone's name
hilarious.
could be yeah.
She's also really funny.
Yeah, I like
I
her
really
podcast.
like her.
If you
Yeah.
like her, listen to her podcast.
The only one I heard
Good.
is Good Vibrations.
No, hers is Good For You. That's the name of it.
I heard the one with Chris D'Elia in it because I've been on a Chris D'Elia binge. So,
Attaboy.
Oh, he's really funny.
oops.
Attagirl. I always want to do that, but I'm always in a room where I can't be that loud.
I'm in a room at work where I can't be that loud. I still do it.
Oh,
Did you say Chris D'Elia?
Yes,
Is that
sir.
what you said? Quick side note: have you seen that music video with is it Topic and Eminem?
Logic.
Logic. That man said
I couldn't
topic.
remember, I don't really listen to him. I only know him from that one song. So
Yeah, but he's half white. You shouldn't know everything about him.
I forget it.
just because he's white doesn't mean I know him. We're not all brothers. God, you're
Oh.
racist.
What the
Okay.
hell? You
That's your
almost
ledge,
said it.
Brian. You're on your own.
I didn't say you relate. I said you should know him.
But seeing him in that is really funny. Playing as Eminem.
He does a good job. It's a really funny impression, and that made it to his song. So
Speaking of funny, Randall, let's hear it about Nikki Glazer.
tell us about Nikki glazing on you after you banging her.
Okay.
You gotta speak to us like we're one of your mistresses. You gotta yell, dude.
Okay.
Say it with authority.
Like
Say it with
what?
your chest.
Like one of your mistresses.
And why would I be yelling?
So we can hear you.
No, they
No,
yell-
I
they
mean,
yell
like,
at
why would
him,
I be
Brian.
yelling at a mistress?
Because you're about to arrive.
Okay.
Hey, like a power up, yo.
I'm trying to remember why I watched her.
I'm sure maybe because the cover was of her standing there, and you're probably like, she looks attractive, so let me just watch her.
Nah, that wasn't it at all.
Okay, just
I'm
you asked me a
surprised.
question, I'm just answering.
You're probably like on Pornhub and it pops up. Like, oh, I'll watch this one then.
I mean, have you seen?
Wow.
Have you seen her before? Like, is this another special that you just happened to be like, let's watch her again?
No, I've never heard of her before or seen her before at all.
Was it funny?
I think it was I can't remember if it was Conan or some other night talk shows. They were interviewing her, and I think they were talking about her special, the stand up or whatever.
Okay.
It was on Netflix, and that's what made me want to watch it because they were like raving about it. They was talking about, and when she was being interviewed, she was being really funny the way she was answering the questions. It was like she's like one of those comedians, at least for me because I don't know her. She's like one of those comedians where like when you have a conversation with somebody, you can't tell whether or not they're telling the truth or if this is all made up or not. So it made me
I want to look up who he's talking about.
want to watch the stand up. So I watched the stand up, and she, to say the
Alright, so-
least, go ahead.
So, was she funnier on the interview or funnier in the special?
So, I can't think of a good analogy, but basically, she was the stand up was. I was not ready for the stand up at all because it was the most crass stuff I've ever heard in my life.
He didn't have any lotion. He was just watching it.
Just went in raw.
One in raw, no lotion.
Yeah. Okay.
Did it ruin your childhood, or is this more of a I can't think of the word, where you have a very narrow view of the world? She opened your eyes.
So the whole stand, how like some comedians, they mix up different like subject matters. Like they might talk about a really bad barbecue, or barbecue went wrong, or someone gave them a bad haircut, how they was raised, and then they might in somewhere in there sprinkled like bad situations or bad experiences while dating or sexual relations. Like she just completely wiped the entire whole bad experiences of everything in life, and it was completely all about sex. The entire stand-up from beginning to end was explicitly about sex. Well, I mean, everything that involved.
Yeah, it was called banging.
This is what it is.
So why did that surprise you?
I don't know. Because I've seen a lot of stand-ups, and I've never seen anyone like their entire content from beginning to end was like exclusively about that. And I mean like in the most graphic way you could possibly think of. I'm like, wow. But I respect her because she's like very open and like transparent. Like I looked at some of her interviews afterwards, and she's like just as transparent and bold as she is in the stand-up. She's the same way in interviews. Like she airs out all her dirty laundry and doesn't really care what anyone thinks about her, which I can respect that. But as far as being funny, yeah, I think she's funny. I mean, I think her stuff is really crass, but she's funny. But
those crass jokes, they hit, right?
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
So does she have good delivery with it? Because I mean, I've seen a bunch of comedians that have really crass jokes, and it falls flat on its face because they just kind of assume that you're gonna laugh. Because like, penis, like it's not how that works. You have to actually have a good delivery.
So
otherwise, she's won't.
That one girl that looks like Nick Swardson, but if she was a girl.
Oh, what's her name?
Yeah, that everybody hates.
Yeah, I don't like her
Amy
that
Schumer?
much.
Amy Schumer?
Amy Schumer, yeah. Like she's one of those that like her whole thing is
vagina.
Yeah, she just like screams vagina, and expects everybody to laugh, and it's like, this is not funny. She's not funny.
Oh, I've never seen any of her work.
She steals material too.
It's because she's an idiot.
Oof. Hit him with a sore spot there.
Yeah, he
triggered.
All right, so the best way, okay, and I'm not boasting. I'm just using an example.
Here we go.
Okay.
Hey, his is 12 inches.
So when I was
sucks.
younger, what? So when I was younger, I had a girlfriend, and her and I were kissing in a van, in the back of the van.
All right, it's getting hot.
She told me later on. That so when we were kissing, I have a habit of like, what is so funny, man?
I have my own story. Because you take so long to fucking tell me, so as you're taking gaps, I finish the story in my way.
Because I'm trying to remember what happened.
Got it. Go ahead.
So like when I was kissing, I have a habit of like doing like really smooth transitions. So she told me later on, she was like, what are you laughing? I want to know what's so funny. Tell me what's so funny.
Smooth transitions.
Yeah.
She went from French to just gaping her.
Wow.
Okay.
There's nothing. Okay.
No. Continue the story. I want to hear the rest of this.
Are you uncomfortable for us?
No, she's fine.
So basically, she said that she had no idea that, like, while we were kissing, that I had changed her from sitting up to laying down. She hadn't even realized that she was laying down.
She have vertigo? How do you not feel gravity pulling down on you from your back?
Because if you're kissing somebody that good, then they not aware.
Oh, flex on him, Randall.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There
Like
it
I said,
is.
I'm not trying to boast, but the whole reason I'm bringing up
You
this
should be
point,
boasting.
can I get to the point, please?
Oh, she's
penis?
waiting for it.
Oh my god. You done? Are you done?
Yeah, we're waiting on you.
That's why the dead air's
Okay.
here. Randall's talking.
So the reason why I brought up this whole example is because her delivery is kind of like that situation. It's like she'll start talking about something and you're so engaged in what she's talking about, whatever experience that she's talking about, that she'll just throw something in there, and by the time you realize what she's talking about, the delivery's already hit you. So she's very smooth about that. It's not like Amy Schumer, where it's just like she's just screaming out random crass things. It's just her.
Right.
She tells a story based on her experience, and some of the stuff like it's so it's kind of messed up, but it's like it's so bold and so honest that your attention is on it, and you're thinking to yourself like, "Dang, this is messed up." And because your mind is there, then she'll deliver the joke, even though the joke may be true or may not be true. I mean, like the way she talks, it sounds like it's all true. Because the interview, she talks about the same thing, like it's true. So I'm guessing whatever she's saying is true. But the fact of the matter is that she delivers, she intertwines the joke or the punchline so well that it's like you're focusing on one thing, and then she just punches you in the face and is like, "Oh, that was funny." So I think her delivery is really good.
All right. I really like it, comedians that give, that tell stories for one, and usually about their life. Like that's one of the things I really like about Dave Chappelle is he talks, he has great delivery, and he just tells a story about his life and his experiences, and it makes it funny. So I'll definitely have to give her a check out. And you said she's on Netflix, right?
Pornhub.
Netflix, man. Don't listen to this.
Oh man.
Wait, I don't get. Is that a joke that just passed by me? Why wouldn't he be on Netflix?
What?
What? You said Pornhub.
I didn't know. I was making sure that's where he watched it.
I thought
didn't
you
know
guys
if it
were
was
laughing.
anywhere else.
Okay, I thought you were
really?
laughing. Okay, never mind.
How stupid you are.
Yeah, I'm yeah. I'm like, what are you laughing at? Is Netflix is
So-
funny now? I'm like, what?
Here's
Anytime-
Anthony's joke. Here's Anthony.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
You laugh at your own jokes.
Yeah, but
anytime
I
Anthony talks, it scares me how loud he is compared to everyone else in the house.
what do you mean?
Because this is random. Yo, so like my transitions, right? Like, dag, right? And then she's like, Anthony's stupidity. And Anthony's like, yeah, Pornhub.
Because I'm actually following a protocol here, and I'm like almost inhaling my mic. Rando's literally just avoiding out to his right, and Daniela just goes, "Hey,
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna be like,
get in there." That's what I'm
Hello.
talking. That's not the mic, baby, over here.
"Bleh."
There you go.
Yeah, I've had people come in and be like, "We can't hear Randall. Tell Randall to speak up," and it's like, yeah,
He's trying.
like we're just, I don't know how to.
I think we could still hear him, which is funny.
But that's how I'm sure Randall sounds on the audio. Cause I tell him to literally inhale your mic, cause that's how close it needs to be.
But
no.
my favorite is when he like he starts talking and he's
Mm-hmm.
he's like, you know what I'm talking about? Or then like, if the mic's over here, he's like, yeah, so I was doing this thing and
Dag.
It's usually fine if he's passionate. Like when he was telling us about
The
movie.
cocking of the
About the
gun,
consent
dude.
or-
Oh my! I'm never gonna forget that clip.
no, well that too, but I meant the movie where we didn't know when they went to the hospital and he didn't know if it was the daughter and the wife and the
Oh,
dog.
that
and
dog! I
Oh,
saw the dog.
yeah.
That means it's real.
He was loud and clear there.
That movie?
I forgot what he saw. What it was called, but there's a movie about some guy who like doesn't know what real is anymore because
What
he
the
had like
heck?
I'm
What the
sorry.
heck was
I
that?
was being weird. I did this.
Are you seeing this?
everyone is seeing it. It's on camera.
It's not that bad. All right.
you know shit gets real with Randall when he he scoots up and puts his hands around the mic and holds on to like the back of the the table there, and is like, okay, so this is what happened. You know?
And he's like literally making love to the mic when I tell him to do that every episode.
It's great. Like you can hear him. He's like excited. Those are the best ones. I mean, that's how he gave his review of his Darkest Materials, and it was just
wow, what a review!
He's choked up about it.
You should have seen it. It was moving.
There's a clip. We can probably find it for you.
Yeah, they could send you.
Don't watch the movie. Don't watch the movie. Just listen to him tell you the movie.
What movie?
Wait.
Is Dark Materials?
No, this is the TV show.
This is a TV show we're talking about.
His Darkest Materials.
I only saw the one when
Brian, we left that topic already. You talking about the one about the what's real and not real movie?
That transition was so smooth.
So smooth. Randall hates you with those.
Smooth as Randall.
Yeah, dude.
I was reading Zordan's comment, and then I was typing, and then I heard something. I don't know what I heard. What's going on, Jack?
Well, since we've moved over to movie reviews, Randall, since you're the hot topic right tonight, tell us about Bloodshot. Actually, I'll step back. Which one would you, since you watched 1917 and Bloodshot, which one would you rather end on, movie review wise? Do you want to start the hype?
It really doesn't matter.
Janelle also saw 1917.
Yeah, I think you should get Banana's opinion on.
Did you just call her Banana?
Yeah, that's his nickname.
He calls me that. Yeah.
Because it rhymes with her name. So.
All right.
He calls me the longest one.
All right. So since Janiana is a special guest and she happened to watch 1917, I actually do get to ask her some questions.
Oof.
Oh, he's gonna ask me
questions. What did you think about the movie?
I loved it.
Don't look at me when you answer it.
No, I liked it a lot.
It's okay to say you hate it.
Yeah, it's definitely okay to say
Anthony doesn't matter.
Yeah, I really don't.
No, I liked it a lot. It was really good. I wanted to see it in the movie, but he went to see it without me. But I was waiting for it to like not be a one shot because he told me it was one shot, and I was like skeptic. But it really is one shot, and it was good. Yeah, I don't know. I liked it.
I'm assuming for anybody who's listening that doesn't know what one shot is, it's literally the camera never breaks. It follows the person around, and there's no cuts or clips or transitions. It's
there's smart cuts where they'll zoom in onto an object and they'll use that as probably their cutting, but it's all shown as if it was one. So you'll zoom in on a rock passing in front of the camera, and I'm assuming one of those frames is where they'll stitch together the next one.
Gotcha.
The next long shot. It's just long shot after long shot after long shot, but they're stitched together in a way that looks like it's all one go, like Birdman.
Okay. But all in all, you enjoyed the movie?
I did. I mean, like, there was, like, I don't know how much to say about it because I don't want to tell people, like...
Yeah, Brian hasn't seen it yet.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I'm not going to say anything else, but it is really good.
I have a question for you. So, I'm assuming by you saying that you liked it more than Dunkirk. I mean, who wouldn't? What did you like about 1917 that Dunkirk didn't do?
Well, I think the reason I didn't like Dunkirk is it was too, like, all over the place. Like,
the editing.
It kept jumping, and if you're not paying attention, like, fully, then I was kind of lost watching it. I don't know. It was kind of boring to me because I couldn't follow it. But 1917 is, like, very linear, so it's easy to follow. So that's why I liked it more, yeah.
So I'm guessing you would recommend other people to go watch it?
Oh, yeah. 10 out of 10.
All right.
It was really good.
Now, Randall.
How much did Anthony pay you to say?
I was waiting for it. Someone's gonna be like, all right, so now that Anthony's PR lesson that you learned is done, what do you really think?
There weren't threats of, kicking you out of the house, breaking up with you, anything like that. This is, you've stated all of this of your own free will.
Yeah.
Blink twice if that's not true.
Okay. Help. No, it was good. He did not pay me.
All right. Did you go see it again with her, Anthony, or?
It's out on
We saw it
digital
in the
now,
movie. We saw it.
Okay.
Yeah.
so it's
That's-
available everywhere. Wink, wink.
We're not done though. Randall, what did you think?
Yeah,
That's-
but
yeah,
you
that's
messed
what I
up by letting Janiana go first, because now he's just gonna be like, "What she said,
What?
dang."
I'm
I
waiting for
didn't
another
say
His
that
Darkest
much.
Materials review.
That's why he was so eager. He's like, "Oh, let's have." His hands
yeah.
shook like he drooled. So he's like, "Let's."
An easy out.
Yeah.
There he goes. Like he's not wasting air
Right?
You're roasting him.
because he never
That's-
stops wasting. Yo, we asked you a question, answer. This is an audio podcast. We can't just have dead air.
That's like 90% of this podcast is somebody roasting somebody else for doing something stupid or bringing up past things or saying, they mentioned something and mistake, like Anthony not being able to speak English.
Yo, we're done with February. We don't have to mention that. We're good.
So Randall,
Third time now.
What did I think?
I'm not hosting. I'm good. I'm not hosting. It's you. It's all Kelsey. Go ahead. Just let this dead air. What do I think?
he's
Randall,
only had.
when did you watch this movie, Randall?
When did we watch it?
It was Saturday night.
So I'm assuming you and Janiana watched it together.
Yeah,
All three of us watched it.
Because of course I'm gonna rewatch it again. Because I said the
Yeah.
second I came out on digital, I'm like, I'm watching it again.
And I know that I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, and I didn't put anybody else in front of you to start talking about the movie, and then giving you a heads up that you're coming next, so that you didn't have any time to think about what you thought about the movie.
Yep.
So we're gonna take the next 30 seconds to let you just collect your thoughts.
Oh my god, dude.
The thing is like everything that Anthony said about the cinematography and the not camera cuts, the long shots, all of that stuff was done beautifully.
All right. But you also have an artistic viewpoint of it, so you could give like more in-depth information.
Well, I mean, there isn't much to say about that other than what he said. Like they use certain things like inanimate objects to pass through the screen or pass by the screen, and they use that as a camera cut, but they do it so seamlessly it looked like it's just one long transition. But my gripe with the movie is that one thing that I always complain about, and it's characters making intelligent decisions.
Not intelligent decisions. What you don't like is when they don't make the right move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know
Or they intentionally do something stupid, like you hear a noise, they know that there's a murderer in the house. Hello?
But
Anybody
my
in
point-
here?
The point I was trying to make was that I want to see characters make intelligent decisions in movies. And I obviously, Brian hasn't seen the movie, so I can't really go in depth to what happened. But there were several things that
I haven't seen it either, so I don't know why he's taking.
Yeah, that's why you
He's not
can't-
spoiling it, Brian.
We can't.
No, I'm saying in
say
case he
much.
wanted to.
I haven't seen the movie
No.
either, so
I'm
he
not gonna
better
spoil
not.
it. I'm not going to
Okay.
spoil it. I'm just going to say that there were several things I didn't agree with as far as decision making that shaped the tone and the direction of the movie. But aside from that, visually, it was nice. I mean, I'm not a huge war movie person, so you're not gonna get that much out of me over that movie. But like I said, as far as like how they did the camera transitions and stuff like that, it's actually for me as an artist is very motivating because now it's like that's something I definitely want to try to do when I make videos, to see how creative I can be as far as like transition.
So you
from
like
point A to
the-
point B.
So you like the continuous shot then?
Yeah, it was really nice.
So there is this really cool thing that you can do to
Oof.
do a continuous shot, and it's called streaming on Twitch. And it's literally just you start it and then you end it, and it's one continuous shot.
Randall, right now you're in a continuous shot. By the way, it's been going for about an hour.
What does SPD do with the words, dude?
Hilarious. Randall, I love picking on you because you make it so easy sometimes to just like
Most times.
there's like it's like T-ball, right? There's the pedestal, and then you put the ball, and then it's just a home run.
No, I'd still miss. I'd
Well,
swing above it. I'm an idiot.
I mean, that's been made pretty apparent when you told a joke and then didn't know what we were laughing at.
I hear you.
Yeah, I didn't know you guys were laughing at my joke. I'm like, people laugh at my jokes?
Ooh, pussy.
All right. So, have you ever watched anything like Saving Private Ryan or Band of Brothers or anything like that?
Yes.
I'm going to assume that you mean you've watched both of them. How do you like it compared to
Sorry, there was something in my throat.
So, how do you like it compared to that style of, like
Film?
like Saving? Yeah. So, like Saving Private. I mean, obviously, there is kind of a difference between the two films, with Saving Private Ryan and Band of Brothers, but that you could still make a kind of a comparison. How do you like it compared to those two?
I like Saving Private Ryan way better.
That's the correct answer.
All right.
Bitch, Anthony, you said you like 1917 more
I know.
than it.
I know that. I want to see if anybody's paying attention. Good job.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm about to lick his forehead, dude. I'm tight.
Don't do it. It's probably really salty.
Oh.
What was it about Saving Private Ryan that you like better? Was it just the story, or
He got to see his boy Skim Beeble.
The story, the characters, the character arcs, everything.
all right? Now I'm confused on what he's laughing at.
I
And I don't know
read a
what the
reference
fuck
that-
Skim Beazle is.
Yeah, it's just a reference from work.
Diesel.
It's supposed to be Vin Diesel, but don't worry about it. I'll send you guys the image later.
Well, since we've moved over to the topic of Vin Diesel, Bloodshot.
I knew Randall was gonna go see this fucking movie. I fucking knew it. As soon as I saw that trailer, I saw his eyes
That's the one
glow
that
up.
came out already. That's the one where he's like a superhero.
Yeah, he's like some
Is it
weird.
Like a spawn
Is it like-
thing.
Yeah.
Is it like Riddick, but instead of the color blue, they use red?
Yeah, I think I saw the trailer for this kind of in passing, but I didn't really pay much attention to it.
As you shouldn't.
So he's a soldier, right? That gets killed, and then they bring him back to life.
Yes.
All right. So tell us a little bit about Bloodshot and what. I mean, I'm assuming that it's not just focused on the fact that he's brought back. I'm assuming that it's the focus of him being brought back and doing something with the fact that he's alive again.
Yeah. So the story is very linear and is not very in depth. And to be quite honest, I would not recommend anyone to go see this movie. Like, to pay money to go see this movie.
Yep.
Like, I mean, it's okay to watch it at home, but spending your money on it, not so much. But yeah, basically he's a soldier and he goes to a situation where he ends up getting killed, and they bring him back using nanotech.
Like RoboCop.
So the nanotech, obviously, because we're all familiar with how nanotech works, or at least how it's perceived in video games and other movies. Faster reflexes, increased speed, increased strength, all that stuff like that.
All right. So similar to like what
hold up. Brian, you want to say something?
No, I'm trying to hear you.
He's leaning closer with headphones on.
Go ahead, Kelsey. You was gonna say something.
So nanotech, like they use a similar style. What was it in Avengers?
Infinity War?
Infinity War, yeah, because that's where he brings out the nanotech, and then they have the big fight. The things explode, and then it recompiles itself into a solid form.
I thought it was like when they bring back what's his name, Hawkeye, because like from the trailer they like rebuild his wounds and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's not just like a suit like Iron Man. It's like when they're like rebuilding Hawkeye after he got into that accident, it's like making new tissue and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. I didn't see the movie, but
The trailer showed
the
that.
trailer showed that.
All right.
So it's not like what they do with Vamp in MGS4, where he's kept alive through the nano whatever in his blood. It's not like that.
No, it is like that.
Mhm.
It actually is exactly like that.
Oof. Brian nailed it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
trying
we
to think of.
about it.
So you don't recommend seeing it in theaters? I mean, it was just the story was so bad that you just don't recommend it, or it's just not.
There really isn't a story, bro.
It's literally
seriously.
just soldier dies, he's brought back with nanotech, and then goes on a rampage.
Yeah, like I can't tell you. I mean, I could tell everyone in here if they have no intentions whatsoever of ever watching this movie.
I have literally -7 intention of
And what
watching
about
this
the rest
movie.
of you?
Huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I have any intentions of seeing it either. Like it just
I'm
doesn't.
going tonight.
You know, like everything that I watched the trailer and it just looks kind of like an action hype movie. You know, I feel like ever since Paul Walker died, Vin Diesel's just gone downhill with all of his decisions.
Did you
He's
did you see? Did you see that he wants to make an album?
no.
What?
Vin Diesel wants to make an album
Oh,
with what, all the
Yeah.
Spanish reggaetoneros everywhere, dude.
I don't know.
That he
I
keeps
think
inviting to all his movies.
You remember when Romeo Santos was in one of them for like a total of 6 minutes?
He not even. He was on the
Yeah.
screen for maybe 14 seconds. He's like, "Yeah, you can use my house," and then he left. And I'm like, "Okay."
Oh. So then my question to you is, what made you want to watch it in the first place? What drew you to watch it?
The CGI.
Did it live up to the trailer?
It was cool. There was a lot of cool shots as far as like cinematography and like contrast and colors and stuff like that I thought was really nice.
all right.
The CGI was it was good. It was I wouldn't say it was ILM good, but it was good. But that was my main reason for going to see it. I wasn't really going to see it because I thought it was going to be a great movie. I was basically going for eye candy.
Right, Candy. Was there? I mean, aside from Vin Diesel, is there any eye candy?
I mean, the CGI.
Or are you just talking about the CGI?
Yeah, I'm just talking about the CGI.
All right.
There wasn't really a story. Like, I mean, so if no one's going to see it, basically the story is that.
A condensed version, please. I'm not the host, but please.
So basically, the story is that he was a soldier, and he ends up getting killed, and
then he gets brought back.
He had a relationship where, when he gets brought back, well, it showed to the users as like, as the viewers that he was still currently married, but he wasn't. So the people who brought him back was using that against him, like they were manipulating him through a program. So the program would basically wipe his memory, and when they would bring him back, they would give him a false memory of the person that killed his wife. And when he would wake up, he would go find that person to kill him. And every time they would do that, they would wipe his mind, bring him back, and then there would be a different person they would implant in his head, and he would go find that person again and kill him. And basically all it was like the people who were responsible for creating the technology, the nanotech, they had a falling out with one guy, and that one guy was using Vin Diesel to kill all the other guys. And that's pretty much the movie. Of course, he finds out in the end, and he ends up going after him, and then that's it. So
sounds invigorating.
I appreciate it. You gave me a nice Cliff Note version of it. I appreciate it.
Does he at any point say the word family
Oh,
or group?
nah.
I doubt he'll say group, but family was definitely.
So you've apparently inspired one of my viewers to go and see it.
How?
Are you
After
serious?
everything he just said not to go fucking do. Let's go watch. Let's go throw money so they can be
I
like,
mean,
oh, some people like this. Let's make
it
another
really-
one.
It really depends on it, what your mood is. Like, there's lots of people that don't like superhero movies, but they love action movies, and so they'll go see it they'll go see stuff just to watch shit get blown up.
Then here's what you do, guy who's just for some reason inspired to go watch this. Wait till you can bootleg it and then watch it. Don't give them money.
Are you promoting piracy?
I'm promoting alternative ways to view things without telling people you want something.
So
you don't want something.
I mean, I'm sure it'll be out on Netflix soon.
I'm a strong advocate for like supporting artists.
Okay.
So if you're an artist or if you just love art in general, and when I say art, obviously I'm talking about CGI, and you want to support it, you want to see some nice CGI, then yeah, go. If you want to spend the money and you want to go see it, then yeah, go by any means go see it. But don't go there expecting to see a great movie, because to be quite honest with you, the movie sucks.
All right, so the ultimate test right now. What's worse, that or The Lighthouse? Go.
Oof.
The Lighthouse.
Did you watch it, Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but he told me it was bad. So.
Skippy says it's got Vin Diesel in it. It's never gonna be a good movie.
Oh, shit.
Yo, talk to Guardians of the Galaxy, my guy.
That's true.
Oh no, Saving Private Ryan.
Yo, can you tell Skippy to sit down, please? Because he's lying to everyone.
He's also in Band of Brothers.
Also, The Pacifier.
Also, he did it.
Those are big facts, bro.
He did a really good movie called A Man Apart. That was really good too.
The Man Apart.
A Man Apart.
Oh, A Man Apart.
Yeah.
I don't know that I actually saw that movie.
It's actually a really good movie.
What else is he in? Riddick? I don't even remember. I just remember.
I did enjoy Riddick. Yeah.
That was the whole movie for me. It was this. And sometimes.
Does it look clear? Yeah. I thought you said it was clear. I said it looks clear.
And then it's blue, and that's Riddick for me.
All right. So, I finished God of War over, I guess, like Thursday, Friday. The game itself was really awesome. It was pretty. I loved how it was all just one continuous shot. You know, you weren't having like loading screens.
Of course, you can't go wrong with long shots. You can't go wrong.
Like that. I mean, there were loading screens, but that was just because I was dead a lot. But you know, I probably had 30 or 40 hours into the game, and I probably had 14 minutes of actual gameplay. And the rest of it was watching the loading screen because I died.
Sounds like you should have just gone the easy mode.
Start giving you tips, like did it say lower the difficulty or something like that?
I couldn't change the difficulty because I played it on the hardest difficulty.
He needs to meet it on the hardest difficulty.
I do.
Sometimes you just gotta go hard.
One of the
Even
tips was do something.
Like I never would play a game on easy.
Exactly. You can't play it on easy. You gotta at least do normal.
Even if I die, yeah.
So I ended up beating all the Valkyries, and I fought the final Valkyrie, Sigrun, the queen, and she was interesting, like because obviously she's just all of the Valkyries combined into one, and then she has like a couple of her own.
Yeah.
I was really frustrated in the very beginning because she has one move that you literally can't do anything to knock her out unless you have like a power up going. And it's the one where she flies up into the air and flaps her wings and blinds you. Okay. Now you can't do anything to that on the very hardest difficulty, which I found out after about 35 minutes of fighting her ass and like occasionally knocking her out of the air with the axe if I threw it quick enough. But you know, I watched a couple of videos of people doing it, and they were like, "Yeah, you just fire an arrow and she just gets brought down." No, that's not how it works on the hardest difficulty. On the hardest difficulty, you could throw the axe at her, either like light or heavy, if you could manage to get it off quick enough when she's in the air doing that. Shoot her with all 4 arrows from Atreus, and it doesn't do shit. But I was confused.
Randall.
I'm the one who told him.
Okay.
But I was really confused because I had actually gotten her to drop a couple of times throwing the axe, only like twice, but I got her to drop, and I thought maybe it was like depending on when you hit her, because sometimes she would flap her wings and then it would block it. Sometimes I'd get her before, like as she jumped up, but it was too quick, and it was really weird. And then I found out all you had to do was turn around and you would dodge the blind and not take any damage. And I was like,
get the fuck out.
You
I've
have
never
got to
tried
be
that.
shitting me.
I never once tried that.
Me neither.
I,
kill her in like 3 hits.
I almost broke the controller. I almost had to buy Walt a new controller because I was so pissed. Like, and I messaged Randall and I was like, the fight's cool. I understand the mechanics, but I don't understand why it is that I can't seem to bring her down when everything, when everybody else is like, yeah, I just fired an arrow and she gets dropped. I was like, this is bullshit. And so I finally found a video of somebody who beat her at level 1 with no damage on the hardest difficulty. And I was like, okay, if anybody's going to know how to do this to like, you know, to stop this from damaging you, it's going to obviously be this guy, unless he's glitching the game or something. And he literally just, there's a button, you press the down D-pad, and your character literally goes like this, you know? And that's what he did, and then he didn't suffer any damage. And I just sat there for like 4 minutes, just face palming like,
I knew that existed too, but I never thought to try that.
Yeah, because she has another one that she like jumps up into the air and like does this spin and slams the ground, and if you get far enough away, you don't take damage and you don't get blinded and whatever. You can also hit her with the axe and it will drop her. And so that's why I was like trying to drop her. What's up?
I commend you for face palming for that long and continuing to play it, because when you told me about the rewind thing for Fire Emblem, I stopped playing that night.
Yeah, I mean, it probably took me about 4 hours of total playtime. I mean, this includes like waiting for the reload and whatever. Some of her mechanics weren't difficult.
Stomach?
Like she was.
Brian's stomach.
Brian, go eat something. Damn.
He's not allowed to eat on stream anymore.
Yeah, he
was
was like.
Accident.
What do you do?
He's like, oh, let me open a fucking yogurt. Right on the fucking mic.
No, it's never on the mic. I even do this, and you can still hear it.
But you know, like I would consistently get her down to about half HP before I got downed and then had to revive and then, you know, try and duke it out. Most of the time it was when the reason I died was because she did that stupid little shunt forward where she jabs the wing into you. And I eventually, you know, found out that if she goes to your left, she's coming to actually attack, and if she goes to the right or jumps backwards, she's going to dive forward and try and stab you with the wing. And after I found that out, it made that a lot easier. The biggest problem I had was when she would jump up into the air, because there were times that it would like it had a delay where she would like jump up and then immediately come down, or she'd jump up, drop fire, and then come down. But the timing was different with each individual jump. Not like, oh, there's a different timing between her dropping the fire and then coming down, because there was, but it was literally like, this time it was a half second. This next time it was, or the last time it was 3/4 of a second. The time before that it was over a second. And so you would like press the button as soon as you see her go up, and you would dodge, and then you would do that again, and then she would like delay and hit you because you know, there was a delay and you've already dodged, and it's like, the fuck is this? You know, and so I usually just got cheesed with that crap all the time. But the game itself was awesome. I really enjoyed it. The ending was not what I was expecting. Like, it was really cool to see, you know, who he really was. The fact that there's like a whole nother side to it. I was really disappointed though that you don't get to fight Thor and Odin. Yes. I did go back to the house.
Yep.
Okay. So I got to watch the final cutscene. But I was a little disappointed that there were like 2 other realms that you could go visit. Technically go visit, but you know, couldn't because they were locked, and there was nothing to like open them up, you know.
God of War 2, man. They got to sell PS5s.
Pretty much. I've honestly been thinking about getting a PS5 when it comes out, simply because it has, a lot of backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
So I can play a lot of the stuff that I already own and get rid of the PS3 and get some of the stuff for PS4 that I actually wanted to play.
Yeah. And also
you know,
Final
like
Fantasy VII.
That too, but like Bloodborne, God of War, Spider-Man.
You console buying piece of shit.
Pretty much. I'm a dirty little whore.
Yeah.
All right. Done quick.
All in all, I mean, it was a lot of fun. I really liked the Valkyrie stuff. Some of it, I don't like it when they have, like, I don't know. I do and I don't like it when they have different things happen on different difficulties, because but I don't like it when I like more moves on different difficulties. I don't like it when the same action has different consequences on different difficulties.
Okay.
Like if she jumps up into the air and I see somebody on easy or normal or hard shoot an arrow and she drops, I should be able to do the same thing. If you want to make the fight harder, it shouldn't be I have to change for that one mechanic. It should be there's a new move set that you don't get in the other versions to make it more difficult. And I guess to an extent, that kind of is, because you can't drop her. But to me, it's just really kind of frustrating to have that, like, what she's gonna do, you know how to defend against it, and then have them go, just kidding.
That damn D-pad down.
Her coming out of the portal, did that make you jump the first time?
No, because I honestly wondered if that was what was gonna happen. Like, I was wondering if you were gonna, because of like the way that the other portals work, I was wondering if when you reached in, if she was gonna like grab you and throw you, or slam into you, or what was gonna happen. But I had a feeling that that it was gonna, one, summon her, and two, that she was gonna do something right off the bat. I am really glad though that when she does it, it doesn't actually do damage to you.
It's just an intro.
I have seen games where the intro is actually the start of the battle, and you start at a handicap because your health is down.
That's
and I'm
trash.
like, this is garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Garbage to the max.
It made me jump because that's not the outcome I thought was gonna happen. They always mention like some kind of she's corrupted or something. So I thought it was either like you're gonna open it and see the real queen, and then whoever was corrupting them was like an imposter that was something besides the queen, or something in those regards. So like, okay, I'll open it. Face mush immediately. I'm like, all right, well, I guess I got to scrap with this one.
Well, she technically is the fake queen. Sort of.
But is she the killer queen?
But is she Mississippi queen?
Ooh, yada yada.
Oh shit.
All right. All in all, I recommend the game. I think it's awesome.
That's the correct answer.
If you like being frustrated, play it on the hardest difficulty. If you're
a human being like the rest of us and you just want to play a game and have fun while playing a game, go to easy.
Did you do is it Muspelheim, the green area? The side area?
For which part?
Well, yeah, obviously, because you fought the queen. The part where it's timed.
Yeah, that's
okay.
I don't remember if it's Niflheim or Muspelheim. I forget.
It's one of those two.
Yeah, so I did that and I farmed the armor. So I had all three pieces of that armor. And the hilarious part is that like I farmed that armor, and then I was like, well, let me just go finish the game and then I'll go do other stuff. Well, the next thing that I did was literally finishing the game. I had the big fight, and then that was it. I don't think that the game was very balanced in a lot of ways. Obviously it's very different on a different difficulty, but
you might want to try easy mode. It seems very balanced on my end.
Yeah, it's very balanced in your favor.
Yeah,
but I feel
that's how the balance should be.
There was never it was never like I never really felt like I hit like a level playing field. Even at max level, I felt like I was still always at the disadvantage in a lot of ways. And it starts off super bad like that. Like, I seriously spent way more time fighting the low enemies than I did fighting bosses. and I don't really like the way that played out. So
I just got tired of seeing Baldur's bitch ass every fucking cutscene, basically.
yeah, I mean, he only took me like 2 or 3 tries. Like I think I died fairly quickly the first time because I kept pressing circle instead of X to dodge, because I think in one of my other games circle is the dodge, or maybe it's the original God of War's circle is the dodge, and so I couldn't dodge, and then I died on the second, and then I beat him to the second phase, and then I died on the second phase because he did a move that I misblocked and just got destroyed. But I mean, the third try, I think I just slaughtered him.
Brother.
So yes, Mimir still my favorite character. The brothers are hilarious. I love that Sindri is like all of a sudden what is it? Not a hypochondriac, but like a germaphobe.
Yeah.
Like, and whoever did the acting for him was amazing. I mean, hearing him be like, "Oh my god," it was. He really, it's just like the way that they made his character was amazing. Yeah, and then Brock, well, fuck off then,
He's that stern dad everyone knows about.
Yep. All right. So last thing we have on the list is from Randall, and it's some sort of link.
Between Worlds?
Yes. I'm not really sure what this is about, so if you want to just go ahead and...
All it is talking about how the movie theaters are shutting down because of the pandemic. So basically they're making, Universal is making their movies that are currently in the theater on demand for $20.
Oh.
So you can watch The Invisible Man, The Hunt, and some other movies that are currently in theaters on demand. I think it's earliest this Friday.
What's it? When you say on demand, do you mean like
Google Play Store, iTunes Store, like places where you would buy it digitally normally?
Okay.
It's just they're just releasing it digitally now.
Gotcha.
I guess since everyone's not... I mean, Regal just closed down all of their cinemas in the U.S.
Yeah.
And I read that hours ago. So
I don't know if you read this. The coronavirus with Amazon has suspended all warehouse shipments except for medical supplies and high-demand products.
Yeah, someone said that earlier, so I don't...
But no one listens to Brian.
I think it was off stream anyway, so now it's on the show. Yeah, I even ordered a light for my setup here. I'm sure that's not going to get here until we're in the Heineken virus or whatever.
Right. So I just, I love all the pandemic that's going around with this. People should be worried, but the news itself is like skewing a lot of the facts. They're making up a lot of information that they really shouldn't be. Like talking about, oh, you need to have 30 days supply to wait this out. No, you don't. Like that's the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard. There's
30
no reason.
days?
Yes, there's no reason that the news should ever be commenting on a timeline on when this thing is going to blow over or go away, because all it literally did was cause mass hysteria. That's why you can't buy toilet paper. It's why you can't buy hand sanitizer. It's why you can't buy paper towels or meat or anything like that, because people are going out and stocking up and making the problem worse, because they're like crowding everything and fighting each other over it. And it's like this is what's wrong with this. If they had literally just listened to the CDC and when they said wash your hands, stay indoors if possible, try to avoid contact with people. If you come in contact with people, wash your hands. People would be fine. But no, you have these idiots that are on the news that are like, you should stock up for 30 days. It's like, you're a moron.
Here. I don't have anything to drink with, but...
Right.
Oh, speaking of which, happy St. Patty's Day.
Oh, have you guys done, or are you doing anything for St. Patty's Day?
Today? It's almost 10 o'clock at night.
Like, do you throw in a party this weekend? Like,
oh, no.
No.
Because our neighbors here, they throw a party every year for St. Patty's Day. They, obviously it wasn't on St. Patty's Day, but over the weekend I got fucking sloshed.
Nice.
I had to be carried home.
Oh my god.
Nice. Mixing, or did you just drink one thing over and over? Like, did you just like binge on one thing, or you just mixed?
So I
From
started
what you
off with
can remember.
No, I remember most of the night. The only parts that I don't
Remembers
remember
everything.
are the very last, like, maybe like 10, 15 minutes. All right. Maybe not even that long. So, like, I started off with screwdrivers. And
Okay.
then, you know, we had to do some shots as soon as we walked in the door.
They
We
had to.
walked in, and the first thing we had to do was wash our hands, take a shot of tequila, do a lime, and then take a shot
That
of
fucked you right
Jameson.
there.
Disgusting.
That fucked you already. And what?
And then Jameson.
What?
You were
So you
fucked
did
from the
2
beginning.
shots.
You were
2
done.
shots.
You were just this.
Fuck is going on?
The
So we're talking
descent
about-
happened off the rip. Go
To
ahead.
cleanse the impurities.
So, neighbors threw a St. Patty's Day party over the weekend and also celebrated his birthday. And I got absolutely sloshed. I had to be carried home. So then I started drinking. I had 2 screwdrivers in like a normal size, like, you know, cup.
Flathead or no?
There was ice, so it's Phillips.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And
I
then
don't get it, but you got it.
I asked
Like
them.
the
I was like,
fridge?
"Do you guys have any Fireball?" And they were like, "No." And I was like, "Oh man." I was like, "Okay, do you have any rum?" And they were like, "Oh no." I was like,
What
"Am
the
I just
heck
here to
is-
ask for all the things that you don't have?" Because they had like a shit ton of stuff. I just
Oh.
happened to pick out the 2 things that they didn't have.
Gotcha.
And then what was it? So we're
Cutting
drinking, we're having fun, we're just talking, chatting. They had all this food made, and one of our other neighbors, her daughter came over and brought a handle of Fireball. So I immediately, poured, quarter half cup of Fireball. I just sat there and sipped on that for a while.
Okay, so yeah, you were
And-
just destined to get fucked up.
Oh yeah, and then we did another shot of some. Oh, we also did a Irish car bomb.
Why does that
which
sound
is a lot of-
familiar?
Is it
It's
like the
Guinness
whiskey
and-
with the Baileys or something?
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's not whiskey, but it's Guinness, which
Mhm.
is
Like the beer?
Irish beer,
Yes.
and then you drop Baileys in it. Actually, I don't know if Guinness is Irish.
I did
Not
that
Irish.
one
It is.
time. It's
It is.
fucking disgusting. Because like
Yeah,
the
isn't it from
Baileys like
Dublin?
curdles up when you
Yeah,
put
if
it
you
in
don't
it.
drink it fast enough, it
It's
curdles.
freaking
You have to.
disgusting.
You gotta take it
It's
in one
amazing.
go. You have to go drink it. Yeah, that's
No,
why.
it's
Exactly.
bro-
I've had that.
So I did that, and then did another shot at some point, and then had 2 cups of the Fireball. But then I was like, I knew I was going downhill, like 3 or 4 hours later, when the world started to tip, and I was like, okay, maybe I should stop drinking. So I didn't finish the second cup of Fireball. I set that down, and I eventually ended up in the kitchen talking to the neighbor, like one of his brothers, and the mom. Found out that he's French, and then apparently started trying to speak French, Spanish, Italian, and something else to them.
Oh my god.
All right, this is
a
on brand right
slew-
now. This is on brand.
just a slew of foreign languages that were all Latin, and then that's the first time I have a lapse in memory, because I remember talking to them, having fun, and then ending up outside on their porch. And one of the brothers was like, "Yo, man, you should sit down. You should sit down." And I'm like holding on for dear life,
You're white
Try
knuckling
not
the
to-
fucking balcony.
and then all of it just started coming back up. I started hurling all over his balcony, and then they
Hurling? Oh no.
yes, it was kind of everywhere. Actually, not on their porch. Then they I remember walking down the stairs, and they were then they started they didn't carry me, but they were holding me up. I had 2 guys one on each arm holding me, it's okay, man, it's okay, let's go. And I apparently threw up all over my porch, which I don't remember at all. And then I remember I do remember them laying me down in the bed. I'm fully clothed. Shannon's taken the comforter off and gone into the living room because she's like, I don't want to deal with you, you fucking moron.
Sounds right.
And then she was nice enough to put the trash can with a trash bag next to me so that I
Okay.
could, finish
Continue
the business in
hurling.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finish the business.
And then
Oh my
and then they left. And then I woke up at like 2 a.m. and was like,
How did I teleport here?
Where am I?
oh yeah, that's right. They route me home, you know. And so like the last like maybe 5-10 minutes, I have like small jumps of memory
Of Nightcrawler abilities where you just fucking appearing in different places.
you know. But it was awesome.
That's
And
what I need to
I
see
told-
Randall at though.
And so he left his phone number on my counter, and I texted him the next morning. I was like, "Yo, man, that was an awesome party. Please tell me I at least made it outside before." I remember making it outside before like hurling all over the place. He was like, "Yeah, man, yeah, you were good. You were good. You know, just wanted to make sure that you got home safe and whatever." And then today I went and talked to him because I told him, I said, I don't know how mad Shannon was, and she hasn't responded to me today. But if you don't hear from me again, she's thrown me to the gators out back. And he starts laughing and was like, "Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that." And then I didn't see him for 3 days, you know, or 2 days. And I saw him outside, and so I went out and talked to him, and he was like, "Glad you had fun, dude." And I was like, "Yeah, man, it was awesome. Sorry, I got a little sloshed." And he goes, "Dude, I don't even remember the last 45 minutes to an hour of my party. I like was looking through the pictures, and I was like, when the fuck did I take that?" But I was like, okay, so I'm glad I'm not the only one.
All right. I don't have plans to get that sloshed.
But we
Oh,
can't really
and-
go anywhere.
They
That too.
apparently know one of the ladies that owns the Jimmy John's around here. I'm assuming it's just around here. I don't know that she like owns Jimmy John's. But I was like chatting her up last night or that night, you know, just talking to her. Had no idea who she was. I do remember her name. It's Chelsea.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it was
but-
Jimmy.
Spoiler. Yeah. It was John.
But yeah, so that was a lot of fun. I had a great time that I can remember.
Yeah, from what you remember, the way you started off that story, that was your destiny. You don't go from tequila to Jameson in less than an hour, dude. Like,
No, it was like less than 4 seconds.
yeah,
So,
that's
it took me all of like 6 seconds to get the lime out of the thing because I couldn't grab it. Took it and then did the shot of Jameson because they were like, "Take one, do this, take another," and I was like, "Okay."
I could have told you. I would have been like, nope, he's gonna die. That's a
So,
bad mix, dude. Tequila off rip is already strong. Then you're gonna get Jameson.
yeah. So I think we're throwing the next party if you guys want to come up.
When is
That's
it?
next year, 2021, St. Patty's Day.
No. We're just throwing the next party. I don't know when.
Got it.
I have to
Got
decide.
it.
We're
Got
gonna be
it.
grilling burgers and that kind of stuff, and
That sounds
you
like a
know.
4th of July thing then.
that way when I pass out, Shannon will just leave me outside and
Yeah, we'll definitely leave you
face
outside.
down in the shit.
And
whatever.
I'll put gator food on you.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna be too busy trying to be one of your dogs.
Trying to be one of my dogs.
Yeah. Like I'm
Why?
gonna be with them first. I want to be with them only. Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, you're gonna love Remus. Remus is a huge love bug. He
Oh.
will just like come and snuggle with you, and is like, he's just enjoying life. Everything in the world is just like, it's great. Hey, how's it going? What are we doing? What's hanging?
Does he wrestle?
It's 100% a good
Yeah.
idea.
Okay.
He also loves to play fetch.
No, I don't care about wrestling. I don't care about fetch. All right, I need him to be the greatest dog geef I've ever seen in my life. He needs
Like,
to
he'll-
wrestle.
It's really funny when you like you know, I'll be in the house and I'll stomp my feet like
Uh huh.
and then
Okay.
he knows what's going on, and then I'll just like take off past him, and we have wooden floors, and so he like runs at me, and I turn around, and he tries to jump, and because they're wooden floors, he just goes and then hits the ground. It's hilarious.
And he's like, "God damn, Pa, why you do that to me?"
I wish that his dog sounded like that.
You're welcome, dude. From now on, we can make that happen.
I
What
want
if
his dog to sound like Hank Hill. That's the worst I want.
Dang it,
Damn
Bobby.
it, Bobby.
It's dang it, Bobby. Dang it, Bobby.
So Zordon, I don't know if Zordon's in your chat still, but he said that he had submitted a couple of questions before the podcast.
The ones I
uh,
checked were after the 7 p.m. cutoff, like I told
Yeah.
them to. So
He said
mean,
he
we can-
submitted it like 5-10 minutes ago,
I'll-
but I don't even know that he's in your in your stream. So
Oh shit.
It says he's here.
Well, I mean, it's you're running things, so I mean, we can.
I mean, if he's not here, so if he doesn't answer, then there's not really a reason.
There's 7 responses so far.
7.
Okay, here the names. Ready?
Yeah.
Zordon said 3 times, which is fine. Zordon's in my chat now, and the other one he called himself Zeddy.
Zeddy.
He was feeling himself that time. Whenever he put in Zeddy, he was like, "Yo, my name is Zeddy."
Yeah, he was gone off the goose, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
dude.
he was lit.
Yeah, he was having a silly goose time.
Do you want to
Okay.
paste them into the fan mail section? We'll just go over them real quick if he's there.
Yeah, sure, buddy. Let's,
And we still got like 12,900 some hours to make up.
No, we don't have that much time. All right, here you go.
Those are all the questions he wrote?
He wrote 7 of them, so Godspeed. Here you go.
Holy fuck.
Yeah,
Some
I
of these
mean,
are
I
like
didn't.
a paragraph.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, okay.
All right. So question 1. If each of you could turn back the clock to reverse a decision in your lives, but it couldn't actually be that important and had to be related to McDonald's in some way, what would that decision be?
That's easy. Anytime I ordered a McFlurry, wear a black shirt instead.
Why?
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
Because I always wore a white shirt the day I would get a McFlurry, and it would end up on my shirt every time.
But how would a black shirt help?
My white shirt would be fine.
Okay. Anybody else?
I
don't know.
That one time I ordered 10 nuggets instead of 20. My fat ass wanted 20.
Right.
Okay.
Janiana?
Nothing.
Anything?
No, I don't.
Randall?
regret nothing.
She doesn't regret
I
anything
don't regret
McDonald's
any
wise.
McDonald's, yeah.
Because he narrowed it down to McDonald's. I'm like, okay, I just gotta think about a McDonald's thing. I'm like, oh, there was that one time I got 10 instead of 20.
I can't think of
Now I
anything
want
bad.
McDonald's nuggets.
You're welcome.
And
that one
fries.
time.
And a Shamrock
Every other
Shake.
Sunday, Anthony,
I have not had
was
one.
a fucking 20-piece, and we had fries. Every fucking other Sunday.
Every Sunday?
Every time Dad took us, we go to the one with
Oh,
the hot rod.
that far back. But I'm saying like now in this,
Oh,
like
I was
now
gonna say.
I contain my I
Control yourself.
control myself. So
Yeah, I probably would have gotten an extra Shamrock Shake because they're amazing. Randall, you got anything?
Does it have to be the past or recently?
that's
Oh,
still the
it's still the
past.
past.
Recently is still the past.
Not the, yeah.
Randall,
Anything
can you
before
please
this
explain
moment?
to me your fucking time travel machine?
I'm talking when I say past, I'm talking about like when I was like younger.
Literally,
high school.
the question the question that you asked recently or past is now in the past. It's literally anything that happened before this second.
He has a story.
He's just talking about reversing the clock. So
I was in the chat says I used to always go to McDonald's at 3-4 a.m. to get nuggets because they had an old Russian lady working the night shift and she made all the food fresh. Lit.
Nice.
nice.
Go ahead, Randall. I interrupted.
I regret that. I should have, instead of getting 2 double quarter pounders every time I would go, I should have got 3.
Okay.
There you go.
Just more McDonald's.
That's,
Our fucking regrets is not getting more McDonald's.
That's a hexacoral pounder right there, dude.
When I worked at Wendy's, we used to have this one guy that would come in, get a triple, double the meat with everything on it, the biggie size fry, and a large drink, and then get a refill on the drink.
Damn, you were throwing down.
Yeah. Not me. This is some random dude. I think he was a
Oh.
construction worker.
Got it.
No, I always loved the spicy chicken sandwiches from Wendy's. I used to work with this one dude. He was from either Hungary or Turkey, and I forget which one. But he was the nicest guy ever. He and his wife worked there until his wife passed away. But we would come in, like, if we came in like on our days off, he'd just give us free food. All right, next question, which is literally an essay.
Yeah.
A bibliophile plans to put a total of 7 books on her marble shelf. She can choose these 7 books from a mixture of works from antiquity and works on postmodernism, of which there are 7 each. If the shelf must contain at least 4 works from antiquity and one on post-modernism, then how many ways can she select 7 books to go on the shelf?
I don't do math.
I'm not doing math. I'm going to
Yeah.
be honest with you. Next question. Do you think Wyrd needs to buy a Honda so his other Honda won't feel lonely?
Yes.
Shannon's the one that owns the Honda Accord. I don't own a Honda. Because what's mine is hers, and what's hers.
I took the GRE. I took GRE.
That's gray.
I don't know what the GRE is.
Unless you meant GED, but that's a hard question for a GED.
All right. So since Anthony's the only one that answered with yes, we're moving on. What are each of your top 5 strength training programs, and what is the top 5 endurance training programs? Randall,
I think
go.
I know 5. That's like, I don't know. There's more strength training than 5. Go ahead.
I say Randall, go.
I don't even know what the question was.
It says,
It's not me having to deal with this anymore. Y'all can host every week.
I was thinking about the book situation. What was the question?
What are your top 5 strength training programs and top 5 endurance training programs?
For endurance, it's probably running, box jumping, jump roping, burpees.
Ugh, gross.
He said running is not a program.
That's what I'm saying. Because he's saying programs, as in a collection
Did
of
he say
exercise.
It says training programs,
as in like programs.
A program can have he wants us to name 5. Like each program can have several exercises in it.
I know, Randall. This is the kind of questions he hits us with.
I'm not answering that question.
All right. I don't know any
Right.
endurance ones. For the strength training, upper lower split is always recommended. I recommend. I used to do that a lot. Push, pull, and leg split is also a really good one. That can be broken out for use. Yeah, and then also just a regular push pull, which is you can swap between, like, for push you can do chest, tries, shoulders, and then push would be your quads on your legs, and then the pull ones will be the hamstring for your legs, back, biceps. That's that. The bro split, which is chest one day, back another day, shoulder a certain day, arms 4th day, and then all legs one day. That's 4, right? For strength.
What about the 5x5?
And then the 5. Thank you. That's my 5th one, the 5x5, which is just 5 sets of 5 reps on heavy weights for bench press, deadlift, squat, shoulder press, and I'm missing. What the fuck's the 5th one?
Large.
Squat, deadlift, bench press, overhead press.
Oh, barbell, bent over barbell rows.
Oh, the rows. That's right.
Yeah.
And the only 2 that I think I know of are I have a powerlifting program that I used to follow when I was lifting all the time that I can't really explain in short detail. And then the 5x5. And then for endurance, just doing like Krav and Muay Thai.
Zordan's asking if bent over row is key to increasing your deadlift. I don't agree with that, because your deadlifts are lower back and hamstrings and a little bit of
core.
Not really much. It's literally your lower back, your hamstrings, and then your hips
For what,
movement.
For deadlifts?
Yeah. You need your
And your
core for
core.
that. No, that's back. That's lower back. If you're lifting with your, what do you
What?
mean your core?
Yes. You
motion-
said deadlifts, right?
Yeah, and that motion has nothing to do with the abs.
It does.
All of that, you're lifting with your lower back and your hamstrings. How's that your core?
You have to use your core to, it's like your center of gravity when you're doing deadlifts. They actually recommend you do deadlifts in order to stretch your stomach.
Well, Randall, let me tell you, as a professional bodybuilder, wrong. All right, let's start there, my guy.
Squats actually work your core pretty well too.
Yeah.
Yo, where you guys get?
You don't know this?
Randall, the
'Cause
EMG activation. You know what the list for abs is? None of those are on that list. So no, I don't recommend those because those don't hit him as well. So I'm not gonna recommend to him go do deadlifts. You want to get fucking abs? No.
That's doing deadlifts and squats is actually more effective for your stomach than doing.
That's wrong. That's what you're saying is wrong right now.
It's not. It's literally
Randall,
not.
you know, since you're always on your phone, look up EMG activations on the abs and tell me where you see squat and deadlift on that list.
Okay.
Yeah, he hasn't been on it since it's been 8. So.
I know that's also true. So I'm proud of you on that. After the show.
All right. What is your favorite Billy Ocean song?
Caribbean Queen.
Caribbean, yeah,
You're
Caribbean
gonna say
Queen.
that, yeah.
Caribbean Queen. Lit. I'm already lit. Someone play it? Thanks.
Oh,
Janyana, you going with Caribbean Queen?
That's the only song I know, so yeah.
Randall?
Yeah, though.
Mine's either Rebel Yell or White Wedding.
Does it? He's joking, right?
Oh, I hope.
Those are Billy Idol.
That's what I thought. Okay.
No.
That is Billy Idol.
What do you mean no? That's Billy Idol.
Rebel Yells Billy Idol?
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think Billy Idol
Rebel
is?
Yell and
You
White
think
Wedding
about
are his
Billy
two
Joel.
like
I'm thinking
biggest
Billy Joel. I'm
songs.
thinking Billy Joel.
Billy Joel.
I'm like, what are you talking about? Billy Joel, sorry. I'm like, Billy Joel does not.
The police.
Have you already started using your phone? So go ahead, just keep going.
ooh.
Ooh.
Got her,
I'm talking
dude.
about working out. It's how to
Hey, Randall didn't do it.
entertain myself.
Randall didn't do it.
Randall didn't do it, and that's the first episode he has.
I'm not
I think he did it on purpose. He saw Danielle do it. He's like, let me not use my phone so that she can be by herself on this.
Just to show he wasn't using it, he's been spitting his phone since she picked it up.
Yeah.
He's like itching. He's getting that itch. All right.
I'm proud.
What,
I'm proud of you, Randall. If no one said that, I'm proud of you.
what is your favorite chicken joint? Assuming you partake.
Oh, Randall does not partake anymore.
But he used to, so what was your
I guess what was your favorite chicken joint? Oh fuck! I'm gonna answer so I can clear the dead air. Chick-fil-A.
Oh, yeah,
Chick-fil-A.
I guess that is a place.
It used to be Wendy's, but then I started eating Chick-fil-A's chicken sandwiches, and they're just better.
But I
And
also
the
like
service is better.
I like the Wendy's chick. I like their sandwiches too.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I mean,
If you could
Publix-
find a Wendy's that actually has service, the ones here are garbage.
The ones nearby here are fine. Like we get our foods pretty quick, and it's
Is the only person in line. It took me 15 minutes to get my food.
holy shit.
Wow.
It's because you weren't praising the Lord.
Oof.
It's because they were.
I don't work.
Forgot
I
the
don't go there
chicken.
anymore.
Damn,
The
you
only
got
good
lit.
one was down by when I used to work at MUSC, and they suddenly closed that. And yeah. Brian, what about you?
I don't really.
I waited for him to
guess
say something.
Chick-fil-A.
I was waiting for you to say some dumb shit like I don't even know. Just some like mom
Like
and
the
pop
ankle?
shop. The
Papa
ankle?
John's.
Because he said joints.
Oh. Oh, that would have been good. Yeah, that would have been good.
I don't really go out to eat chicken like that, so I guess Chick-fil-A.
Randall, you got an answer?
Publix.
Yeah,
Publix? All right.
Dude, that's
Would
a
it help,
good
Rand-
Publix has good fried chicken and chicken tenders.
I've never eaten from Publix.
What?
I don't believe you.
Are you
Do you
dead?
I've
You
never had anything from Publix.
I feel like
Bro,
you're
only
supposed
time-
to lie to him.
Chicken
only time
tender
I've-
sub.
The only time I've picked up anything food-wise, like from Publix, that is like something you would eat right then and there, is the day before my wedding when the car broke down. I went there to grab whatever that little meal tray is that Shannon ordered, but I have never eaten from.
There's
You want
no
to know?
Publix.
Hold on,
Dude,
Anthony.
go and get a chicken tender sub from Publix.
Hold on. You want to know how I know you have? Anthony, where's mom get her chicken from?
Publix.
Kelsey, you've eaten at our house before, right?
Now, are you talking about? You talking about frozen from Publix, or are you talking about like?
No, she's ordered like
Like-
the ones you can just grab and eat right there from there. If she's making
right.
something quick.
I didn't know that.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Oh shit, he got him, dude.
Now, what's your recommendation, Janiana? What do you want him to eat?
Chicken tender sub.
There you go.
From
Anyway.
Publix.
Do you guys think it would help Randall feel better if Shere Khan in The Lion King was black?
I think it'll make him feel better. I don't think he gives two shits about that movie.
Yeah, I don't know that he gives two shits about it.
Who the fuck is Shere Khan?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
I don't know.
That's
Yeah,
from Jungle Book.
Yeah, that's why I was a little confused.
At least I don't feel bad because I didn't know the character.
you handle this.
All right.
Not in the
So,
North Korean version.
is this that weird shit that you sent? I think this is that weird shit that he sent where it's like Simba's like drinking at a bar and a bunch of other stuff. Like, it's weird. Anyway, some notable releases that are upcoming.
Yes.
For games.
Yes.
Nothing notable coming out for games.
Oh Lord.
Nothing that I care about anyway.
You're a fucking liar.
So Doom Eternal
Yes.
is coming out. It's dropping. See if
Friday.
It says it in here. Friday. Okay. Doom Eternal's dropping Friday, and Animal Crossing: New Horizons, which didn't it drop today?
Friday.
Oh, Friday.
Also Friday. Okay. On the Switch. What is Doom coming out on? Is it PC and everything else?
Yes.
And Stadia too.
Yeah. So
He doesn't care about Stadia. He's the host.
something coming out. It's on Stadia. I don't know what Stadia is, but
Yeah,
it's
he
on
doesn't-
Stadia, Xbox One, PC, PlayStation 4, and the Switch.
Right through the internet. I'm just.
No new notable movies. Some music. Alicia Keys is releasing a self-titled album called Alicia, and
Yeah.
The Weeknd has The After Hours.
Yes, fucking right. It's gonna be a hype weekend, my guy.
I'm already have a fucking backlog of albums for this year. I'm already tight at myself.
I'm gonna listen to Alicia Keys this weekend and The Weekend.
Yeah.
All right.
still gotta-
I think there was one other thing. I think Randall said he was going to do his first stream this week. What day was that, Randall? Because he likes those continuous shots.
Randall, I don't know. I don't want to like explode your mind right now, but for the past an hour and 57 minutes, one shot.
Look at this. Look at this.
No, I'm.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh,
She's on her
Me?
phone again.
no, because so like I never.
Oh,
Listened, I never listened to new music, but the other day I was listening to like the new releases and stuff.
Yeah.
And that lady that Brian told me to listen to, Megan Thee Stallion. or
Oh,
whatever,
okay.
She has, a
Megan
new,
Thee Stallion.
she has a new song, and it was like super crass, so I was really into it, and I was trying to look up the name.
Savage.
I don't know. What
No, it's another one that came out last week.
it's a new.
I like
song.
Cash Shit and Hot Girl Summer. Is that the other one?
Mm.
I think she has an album called Hot Girl Summer, and then a song titled that.
I don't remember the name of the album. I just know I like Savage. Do you listen to Jenny? Do you listen to a motherfucking ass Doja Cat?
She sure
I
does.
started listening to her. She has some
Okay.
good songs.
You'll like her.
The only one I've listened to her is
Say so.
Moon.
But the
no,
music-
the one where she talks about her ass.
Juicy.
You
Oh,
can see
it's
it from the
juicy.
front,
Yes,
juicy,
bro.
yeah. You can
She's
see
a-
it from the front. Wait till you can see it from the back.
She has a new
Back,
single out.
back. Whoa.
She has a new single out.
Calm down.
She has a new single out, and I don't
Doja
know the
Cat?
name of it.
Say so.
Yeah.
Say so, yeah. And the video's out.
Hold on. I got an ad. You can keep talking.
Okay. So I'm saying, did we watch the Joe Rogan Experience where he interviews the creative director from Doom Eternal? I have not seen that.
No.
No.
I saw the thumbnail and I was like, I don't care. If Theo Vaughn's not there, I don't.
What the heck is this song called? I don't know.
I think it's this song, but I don't think it's the song.
Captain Hook. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
That's what I listened to.
And
The
you're out
only,
here,
the only
Herbert?
thing I've heard from Doja
Slap.
Cat is that one
Huh?
song.
It's slap.
Yeah.
I don't think it's this.
Okay, then don't worry about it. Yeah, go ahead, sir. Sorry.
I think that's it. Other than some housekeeping, I don't totally remember your housekeeping, but I'll try and go over it. If you want to donate to the shit show, you can go to patreon.com/ADLRplays and
To this shit show.
donate there.
I
If
say
you
that.
want to support the children, you can support his extra life for the Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children. It's a mouth fucking full.
How do I go to the
It's a
Palmer?
drink. You should know this.
I don't drink those. And then the fan mail. If you have questions, comments, want to see something, hear something, or just want to post funny questions like Zordon usually does, you can go to adlrplays.com and submit. And
Look
that,
at
my
that.
friends,
Is episode 86. Thank you. I'll take the reins from here. Kelsey, you did a wonderful job. We didn't
Other
do
than
the intro at
housekeeping.
all, but yeah, like we just literally went right into it. But that's fine.
Because it flowed better.
Hey,
if I had-
you were the
I think if I
host this episode, so whatever
If,
you
if
felt.
I had changed up the way I introed, I probably could have done it. But I already had the flow of talking about my boy Blue and then moving
Gotcha.
into Granblu.
And you couldn't give that up.
That was
No.
a good transition, if I were to say.
Oh, word, Brian. Oh,
Yeah, that was a
okay.
good transition.
That one's a good one.
I don't
But-
even know what transition means. But
But yo, Randall got the smoothest ones.
yeah, that's you're right. Yeah,
You gotta ask him about smooth transitions.
He went from kissing. She didn't realize like she was already raising her kid.
Oh,
Crazy.
We got a little dags running around here.
I'd love to hear more stories like that from Randall. Well, that was like the best shit ever.
He could probably say it on his new one-shot show called Streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Loaded up gaming.
Yeah. You did forget
Actually, I think
one.
it's
You did forget one thing, Kelsey.
What did I forget?
What are you guys doing this week?
Oh, I did forget to ask what you guys are doing. It's because I had originally started to ask that with the St. Patty's Day thing, and then I told my story and forgot to ask you guys what you were gonna do.
Gotcha.
But I sort of asked you what you were gonna do if you were
Damn.
doing anything specifically for St. Patty's Day.
Yeah. So real quick, I haven't stopped the recording yet. What you doing this week, Kelsey?
This
Hosting
week I think
another
I'm actually.
podcast somewhere else. You cheating on me? What?
What the heck?
I actually have been invited to another podcast. I just don't know when he wants to do it.
Oh.
It's a friend of mine that I've known. I think he's actually one of my oldest friends that I've known since I was literally like 10. I think
Joe
I've actually
Rogan?
known him. Yes. I think I've actually known him longer than I've known Nick.
Holy heck.
Yeah.
Adam?
I tried to get him into streaming and he just didn't do it. But no, I don't know when that's actually going to happen, if it's going to happen. But I might actually be working on the car this week. I talked to my neighbor. He wants to help. His wife and her daughter are in town because, she's a teacher and the daughter works at a restaurant. And since all of that's been shut down in New York, they've, the woman is supposed to be moving down here at some point, and I think she's just kind of down here at this point.
Okay.
And so I told him, I was like, we've got a room set up for him, and he wants to get out of the house. And so he's going to come over and help, and he might actually join the stream.
Oh, nice.
So I might get to stream that. Other than that, I don't know that I'm doing anything in particular. I mean, doing Muay Thai on Thursday. If they still have a class open, they sent out an email saying that they're taking precautions. They're going to kind of do classes day by day, depending on how much they get and that kind of stuff. So we'll see.
Okay. Brian, what is you doing this week?
Hold on, I drooled. What the hell's today? Tuesday? I don't know, Wednesday or Thursday I'm probably not gonna stream. I'm gonna work on some stuff.
Okay.
Whichever day I don't stream. The other day,
Okay.
I don't know what I'm gonna do that day, to be honest with you. But then Friday,
But what about
Okay, so-
Thursday?
we'll find out together at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Friday, Granblu. And
Alright.
that's all I got planned for now.
Okay. Randall?
Nothing other than work.
Okay. He said nothing other than work.
What did
Janina,
he
what
say? I didn't hear him.
Nothing other than work.
Oh, okay.
So,
So
Janina,
you're not streaming this week.
That is his work.
Talking to you, Randall.
No, I'm not.
He said
What?
no. He said no
Oh,
because he likes whispering to the mic. Janiana, what are you doing this week? Just booling? Working?
Booling, yeah.
All right.
you gonna be slapping Anthony around at all?
Only when he asked me to.
He's always asking for it.
Oh, okay.
Look at that face. It screams. You know
Hit
what to
me. Yeah.
Okay.
It says beat me up. That's what this face says.
do.
Anthony.
Anthony,
Well, yes.
what are you doing this week?
Well, what I'm doing this week is more Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Hopefully, I finish it by Friday.
You mean you didn't finish it last time?
No.
What a failure! Why do you
Weren't
even
you on,
play
like,
the game?
Play through 7,
That's
didn't
so
you tell
harsh.
me?
What happened? Okay. What?
Who you wearing?
I'm wearing Adidas.
Oh.
You gonna play the Final Fantasy VII demo?
What? No.
Thought you were interested in playing it because of the combat.
Yeah, but I'm waiting for that. All I need to know is the combat solid. You said yes, so when it comes out, I'll play it.
Combat's solid.
Okay, so when it comes out, the game, I'll maybe give it a shot. But I mean, like, go ahead, Brian. You're pointing
There's
around.
there's another demo for something anticipated.
Resident Evil 3
That's what it is.
You
It's
gonna play
Other
that?
than
on
you're gonna
Thursday.
wait the month.
I'm gonna wait the month. If it's as close, if it's a percentage of what Resident Evil 2 was, I'm already buying it.
You're gonna
Are you
play it?
guys?
Yeah,
when it
like,
comes
I'm-
out,
Money?
Huh?
What?
With
When it
money?
come-
Yes.
when it comes out, are you gonna speed through it again? Like do the one night of just playing that?
We can if we want. Not,
If
I
you
mean,
do
I need
that,
content, so
If you do that, I would like to
participate.
supervise.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll let you know then, and we can do like a let's play on Resident Evil.
Review his application.
I mean, yeah, because this time it's even scarier because apparently Nemesis can get into the save rooms too, so there's no safe spot
Anthony,
anymore.
That's misleading.
It was?
There's mistranslation. They can't do that.
Okay, I was about to say because
Wait,
they
you
added
can't
that,
what?
I would have been
Wait,
so
what'd you
scared.
say?
I read a headline that said that he can get into safe rooms in this one because you know
No,
how.
then it wouldn't be one. Like it wouldn't be a safe room.
Yeah, but they're designated safe rooms where you save. So Brian, you're saying that's debunked.
Yeah, the
Okay.
person that would said it, they came out like, no, that's not what I meant.
Okay, cool. So it's still fine. But yeah,
It's fine.
huh?
It's not fine.
That is fine, Randall.
No, it's not.
Whatever, Randall. Yeah, Brian has.
I've lived through this before. I know what it's like to be chased by him, and it's not fine.
It's fine.
Have you
It's
said
not.
hardcore places?
Javi's over here, the speedrunner
I
of the
don't
group.
think so.
I don't know if hardcore. You know me. I'm not gonna.
Hardcore.
Oh, he loves
Hardcore now.
hardcore.
Well, I
not,
mean, whoa. Let's button it up a little bit. You know. What are we doing? Oh, what am I doing this week? More Ori and the Will of the Wisps. So hopefully I finish that, and then I'm gonna start recording Doom Eternal this weekend. Cause there's no shot I'm not playing that. All right, it's fucking Doom Eternal. Oh, am I boring you, Kelsey?
No, I yawn because I don't breathe.
Well, yeah, you yawn if the oxygen is not going to your brain.
Yeah,
Fucking breathe, man.
a yawn also cools down your brain.
I was told that yawns are literally the most useless thing because you just do it for no reason.
No.
You do
Well, I
it because
guess-
your body's not getting enough oxygen.
Breathe, man.
It's just, one of those things. It's kind of like blinking. You just kind of sit there for a while and you don't realize that you haven't done it, and then your body's like, "Oh, hey, by the way."
No, breathe, man. I'm gonna check you every 10 minutes. Be like, you breathing?
If you
But,
forgot how to
you gotta
breathe,
put that thing that tells you like the heartbeat and stuff, like a little heart monitor on him. Make sure he's not like flatlining over there.
if you forget how to breathe, just listen to "Breathe" by Fabulous, and he tells you how to.
All right. Now we're going into now. Y'all didn't do it when he was fucking hosting, but now we're gonna just bullshit here. I think that's it. So yeah, Ori and the Will of the Wisp Thursday and Friday, or Wednesday and Thursday, and then over the weekend I'll be recording Doom Eternal when I get some free time, and that's about it till next week.
Never. No, I'm just kidding.
Remember
That's
watching
it.
Castlevania? You fucking slime
Oh
ball.
my god,
Oh,
we
yeah.
do need to watch Castlevania.
So I watched the first episode, but I haven't gone back to finish it.
Oh, I
Fuck.
haven't started watching.
Yeah, I
it
gotta
yet.
watch that too.
Johan.
I don't know when.
Should we
maybe
try and
this-
watch it? Do you
We can
think
try
we
wa-
think we could watch it this week and talk
Probably.
about it, or do we want to?
I think we can. Like it's 6
you
episodes,
can watch it
right?
in one day for sure.
It's 10.
It's 10
I think
episodes
I think
now.
it's 10.
That's like
Yeah, it's
wait,
10.
20 minute.
Is it 20 minutes or hour?
20
No, they're
minutes.
30 minutes.
They're 30.
27. Well, the first episode was 27 minutes.
Well, the other ones are probably shorter, but you can definitely watch it in one day though. Like both show.
All right, then we have to. I have to watch it this weekend.
Like Friday.
I gotta go get
Sunday.
Brian. Brian's gonna be streaming Friday.
Well then
I
Sunday.
mean, I can move the day, I guess, if that's what you want.
I forgot I had to watch it with Johan, so I have to see when he's available.
All right, so stay tuned, Brian. I guess I'll message you sometime near the probably on Friday when we're gonna actually sit down and watch it. Randy, you gonna be free this weekend to watch Castlevania?
Really? You trying to be funny?
Because sometimes you last second, I gotta go do a gig because someone called you and you have to do work on assets. Am I wrong?
Am I wrong?
Oh no, he fell to it. He fell to it. I saw that, you whore.
Yeah,
That's
all
why
of
he's
them
saying
seem to
anything.
be-
You know I'm true. You know I'm speaking the truth.
No, he picked up his phone. That's why he didn't say anything.
Oh snap! He
You
almost
fucking
made it.
Deviant. You're a
All
mistress.
right, well that's it then. That's Doom Eternal, obviously more Will of the Wisps, and perhaps we'll talk about Castlevania season 3 next week. Brian, you said you're not guest hosting.
Not yet. I don't know what I want to do.
Randall, you guest hosting?
Are you guest hosting?
I already said no.
All right, so that's it. Episode 86 in the books. Thank you all for watching, listening, both. I'll see y'all next week.